true Biafran. MAZI NNAMDI uniquely brings to you Radio Biafra live broadcast by the eminent Supreme Leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, the Director of Radio Biafra, and the Supreme Commander of the Armies of Biafra, MAZI NNAMDI KANU. The morning broadcast, live and direct, on the 13th day of March, 2015. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Browse Biafran restoration websites at www.ipob.org and radiobiafra.co. Also browse our website at www.biafran.org to learn more about Biafra history. Visit our YouTube channel more often for the very best of Biafran videos. Enjoy it.
Triumphant from all our foes, through the crucible unscathed, we passed victorious. Our trumpets pealing, the glorious song, play it, sing it, all hail Biafra. Struggle for our freedom, all hail our heroes. Our prayer shall be known both day and night. Say them always, all hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. Now our star shines everywhere. We crave humility. God guide and protect us all. All hail your wisdom, shielding us from fury unleashed by
Morning, wonderful people, great Biafrans, wherever you are on the face of this very planet. Once again, It is my delight and pleasure to welcome each and every one of you, regardless of where you are on the face of this very planet on this very day, the 13th day of March in the year of our Lord 2015, with the time now standing very close to 9 minutes past 8 a.m. in the morning here. 9 minutes past 97.6. All of you listening across the Zoological Republic of Nigeria and the rest of Africa, we also welcome all of you via satellite. Radio Biafra is also online. Therefore, if you are in any time zone on this very planet, not minding the continent, the country, regardless of the city, the town that you're domiciled, that you're resident in, you should be able to receive Radio Biafra via www.radiobiafra.co. We are also on rblworld.tv. rblworld.tv. Very, very important. We circulate this. Radio Biafra is also on www.ipob.org. ipob.org. We are on Indigenous People of Biafra.org. However you have chosen to come to us, if everything else does not work, please go to Google and simply type in, "How can I listen to Radio Biafra?" You will be directed. There are tens of platforms all over the world carrying our signal, because our message is important, not just for the restoration of the kingdom of heaven upon the face of the earth, for which we represent, but also for the world. We have come to bring hope to the hopeless. We have come to bring truth where always there were lies. We have come to do what is right before heaven and this very earth, and in the process shine the light of illumination on the darkest recesses of the wickedness of those of them that vie for political office, especially in the damnable Zoological Republic that they call Nigeria. We have come to seek the destruction of everything that destroyed us as a people. We have come that we may once again be worthy to be called the children of the Most High God Chukwuabiama. And it is unto him this very morning, as we do every morning and every evening, in an unremitting manner, resolute and determined in our knowledge of the supremacy, the omnipotent of the Most High God Chukwuabiama, that we offer praise to him, that we exalt his holiness, his magnificence, his grace, that in the end every honor may belong to him, because his name is the only one worthy of praise, as he only commanded us to. Therefore, this is the platform spreading this very message all over the world, because it doesn't matter where you are. If you are in Aba, in Owerri, if you are in Orumba North, Orumba South, it doesn't matter where you are. If you are in Isialambano, if you are in Okigwe, it doesn't matter. Isialangwa, it doesn't matter where you are. As long as you're tuned into 97.6, you will get us. If you are in Asaba, if you are in Iselugu, if you are in Ibuzo, if you are in Onichubo, if you are in Umunede, you will be able to receive Radio Biafra. For some people on the outskirts of Warri, we are also transmitting live and direct. We have come here where Biama asked us to come, and we have done so. Therefore, as we welcome you, we will also ask you to welcome other people as well, and also tell them to welcome those around them, because Radio Biafra is relentless. We are resolute. We are determined. We are indefatigable. We are not going to retreat 1 inch. We will not surrender. The zoo is on fire. The zoo is panicking. They are running helter-skelter because they never believed that the truth will come. They never accepted it for one moment. They thought everybody is like them. They never knew that there are some men and women who yearn for the truth and of who. That is why on Radio Biafra and the wider IPOB family, we are whiter than white and whiter than snow itself in terms of our conduct and application to this most noble of enterprise. And that is why Biafra will come. We run an interactive program. Therefore, you should go and get your pen and paper ready to take down anything that may bring, can I say, slight confusion, that he will be able to come to us. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet Earth. The commander of all her loyal forces, and in the same token, the director of Radio Biafra. By the very special grace of heaven, I will now, tomorrow, and always, for the rest of my life, be a loyal and dedicated servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. We will serve you. We will not let you down. We also ask that you do not let us down, that you fulfill your pledge and your promise the same way that we fulfill our pledge and our promise. This very morning, I must welcome you. And before I go on to the news headlines and accompanying news summary, I will endeavor to remind each and every one of you listening in North America, in South America, in Europe, in Africa, in Asia, in Australia, to please note the following contact numbers, because if you wish to communicate with us, if you wish to have anything you may be pondering listened to by the whole world, if you want to have your views heard, if you want to have your opinion shared by the rest of humanity, this is where you come to. Because right now, this very second, we are simulcasting on radio, on satellite, and also online. The only media house to be able to do so. Only Radio Biafra can do that. No other person can. No other group of people can. It is almost technologically impossible for any media house in the zoo to replicate what Radio Biafra is capable of doing. And as they draw closer, we leave them in their trail. We introduce new ways and means through this very gospel will be disseminated, that there will never ever be any contamination. Anything you hear on Radio Biafra is the gospel truth. the whole truth and nothing but the truth. That is why we welcome you. Biafra is the kingdom of heaven upon the face of the earth. It is therefore our duty to make sure that we behave in a manner consistent with the children of the Most High God, Chukwuabiama. The telephone numbers are as follows. With these numbers, you will be able to contact us. With these numbers, you will be able to contact Radio Biafra this morning and onwards to be able to air your views and your opinion, and also contact us should you have anything interesting or worthy of us to read out to the hearing of the whole world. The very first number is +44 208 133 9976. I repeat, +44 208 133 9976. With that number, you will be able to contact us when our lines open. There is also another number, +44 78 31 30 8376. That number is also our studio number. You can use it to reach us. With the same number, +44 78 313 08376. You can reach us on Viber. With the same number, +44 78 313 08376. You can reach us on WhatsApp as well. If you send us WhatsApp messages, we'll be able to get it. And time permitting, we will be able to respond to you as well. Radio Biafra is on Skype. Our Skype name is Radio Biafra. One word, not two. Lowercasing Radio Biafra on Skype. And then we will be able to interact if you put a call through to us. I am therefore humbled, honored, pleased to announce that the very eminent barrister and attorney at law is with us. The barrister will, as I will always implore him, acknowledge the presence of the wonderful people of Biafra all over this very planet. Wherever they are known either as IPOB family, as we have understood, or they are Biafrans in that very area. Collectively, as one indefatigable body, we are known as the Indigenous people of Biafra, headquartered in Victoria in Spain, from where victory will come. Barrister, I presume that you can hear me, therefore you may proceed.
Good morning, Director.
Good morning, Barrister.
Good morning, fellow Biafrans, wherever you are. We greet you. We greet you all the time. We greet you day and night. We greet you every time because of your importance. Because we are going home together. That's why we greet you. We greet you to make you aware of who you are. We greet you for you to understand that you are the children of Chukwuabiama. We greet you to awaken your spirit. We greet you to infuse that particular spirit of Chukwuabiama in you. We greet you every day to make you aware of the knowledge you possess of your power that Chukwuabiama has given to all of you in different fields, in different ways. We greet you to join us this morning from east, west, north, south, in the same journey that we are gradually moving towards eastwards, our destination. Biafra land is where we are going, because that's where we came from before the destruction of Nri. Nri is our kingdom, where all of us came from. Nri was destroyed in 1911, but we will rebuild Nri and make it shine. The preponderance of evidence Radio Biafra has against the zoo will make the zoo disintegrate and disappear naturally. And that is what we're going into, gradually, but surely. We promise you this. Biafra must stand. Good morning, wherever you are. Director, back to you, sir.
Thank you very much. That was the voice, very unmistakable voice of the very eminent barrister and attorney at law, Barrister Mamezu, who happens to be with us here in the United Kingdom for the time being, of course. We must welcome you. I must welcome you. I will start our presentation this morning by referencing a particularly interesting piece of work undertaken by the Senior Research Fellow and Lecturer at the Institute of African Studies, University of Nigeria, Nsukka, the University of the Zoo at Nsukka. He is no other than Dr. Nwankwo Nwezigwe, and I thank my news hound for bringing this information to my knowledge and to my attention. And I want our people to listen very, very carefully, because this presents a perfect backdrop to everything we have been doing since the inception of Radio Biafra. Quite succinct, very direct, and straight to the point. I am reading out these very texts from the work of Dr. Nwezigwe to drive home the point we have been making for those of you in Abuja, for those of you in Lagos, for those of you who have, for one reason or the other, steadfastly refused to embrace this very gospel because the devil is dwelling inside you. We pledged here to educate, to inform, to enlighten everybody who comes into contact with Radio Biafra. And I'm very glad that we're doing that. And this morning will not be an exception. And I read, the history of a people is like the stream of life from which the character, form, and structure of the identity, their backwardness and progress are drawn. Your history is key. That is why we make reference to the history of Biafra every blessed day we are here. Some of you are 40 years old, 45, 50 years old, 55. You don't understand your history or where you come from. Here on Radio Biafra, we give you that history in an unadulterated manner. Here you will understand who you are. On Radio Biafra, we will tell you that you can constantly make reference to it. That's the meaning of it, as simple as that. If you don't know where the rain started beating you, if you don't know your history, it means you don't know where the rain started beating you. As I said, the solution to every problem in life is found in Igbo naming, be it their children, their villages, their adage, and their proverb. I said every problem in life. That is why it is a complete culture. Complete from head to toe. From A to Z. We continue. The history of a people, I repeat, is like the stream of life from which the character, form, and structure of the identity, their backwardness and progress are drawn. It affords the people the platform on which to predict their future. Thus, just as every stream has a source, so every group of people has a beginning. The cause of a stream, the cause of their history, and the mouth, the end of an era. Do you understand? The people cannot predict their future if they do not know their past. Having looked at the history of Biafra, our future does not lie in the devilish creation that they call Nigeria, the zoological republic. we are not one with these people. No matter what you do, you will always come out worse than the rest of them that the British coupled together to form that giant monstrosity of a nation, or country as they call it. Is that a nation? Not even a country. That is why this very morning the writings of Dr. Nwankwo Nwezigwe is pivotal and critical to drive home the point we make here on Radio Biafra always. No nation or people who toys with the knowledge of their past expects a future built on a strong foundation of unity, identity, pride, and sustainable development. I repeat, no nation or people that goes about messing about with the knowledge of their history, as Igbo people are doing, as Biafrans are doing, and then you expect a future that is very rosy, very strong, of unity, identity, pride, and sustainable development. How can you unite with Ibibio, with Efik? How can you unite with Izon, which is the college? How can you unite with Ishekiri, with Urobo, with Isoko, with Egala and Idoma if they don't know where they come from? How can you? How can you expect us to be working together if all of us cannot understand that we are one from one single source, of which Uri was the headquarters or the capital? If you don't know your history and you're from Anioma and your name is Kelechi, you can say you're not Igbo because you don't understand your history. If you're from Urobo, you're from Ishekiri, you're from Isoko, you don't know that you are a Biafran by virtue of the lack of knowledge and understanding of your history. You can also say that you're from Benin Kingdom because you don't know. That is why they say knowledge is power. That is why this very magnificent piece by Dr. Nwezigwe is compelling. I love intelligent people when they write. I am beholden to people who are intellectually sound. I love knowledge. These are the type of people I love to read from. Intelligent work. No nation, be it Urobo, Ishekiri, it doesn't matter who you are. If you play with the understanding of your history, you cannot expect a future built on a strong foundation of unity. That strong foundation of unity is what we are building based on the knowledge of our shared history, common heritage and culture, that we are one people. That is the only way you can be united, you can be strong, you can identify yourselves, you can take pride in who you are, and you can attain sustainable development. That is why the zoo Nigeria can never ever be developed. Impossible. Because they have no history. I can trace back the history of the zoo called Nigeria to a fixed date, when a little girl woke up in the morning having prostituted herself all through the night and said to her customer, "Can we call them Nigeria, please?" And that's how you got your name, Nigeria. The name was given to you by a white prostitute traveling all over Africa from one country to the other, seducing men, making money, and writing about the people that she comes into contact with. Akwana is the person that named you Nigeria. And then you're jumping up and down and answering. No wonder somebody described the zoo sometime as a woman that everybody can come and rape. You come, you take your money, and you leave. Every head of state, every president, you come, you take your money, and you leave. Because the person that actually gave you your name, Nigeria, is a prostitute. Flora Shaw is her name. White girl. Now you understand. But can you tell which man created Biafra? Let us even come close to home and say, if I ask you now, the Ejo clan in Biafra land, who created them? Do you know? The answer is you cannot tell. It wasn't created. We know over time they emerged as a distinct entity within Biafra, the family of Biafrans. But the zoological republic called Nigeria, you can tell the exact day what the people were doing. I have never seen anywhere in my life where somebody will come from somewhere and say, you, do you know your name? You said no. You said, you are now Nigeria. And then the question beholds, of course, and what is the meaning of Nigeria? It has no meaning. Why is it Nigeria? Because there is a river that runs through here. It is Niger, a Niger river. Niger in Latin, and Naija in English, and Niger in French. So we thought maybe in Nigeria would be okay. So are you then telling me that being a Nigerian, that I'm related to somebody from Niger, because the reason the other place is answering Niger is because it is French? If it is English, they will still answer Naija. Is that correct? Like you have Niger state. You have Niger as a country. You have Niger as a state inside the zoo called Nigeria. Does all this nonsense make sense to anybody? Does all this rubbish make sense to anybody, I ask? It doesn't make sense to me. And I presume also it doesn't make sense to anybody. Our brother is exceptional here. I love this very piece, and I'll continue to peruse. I'll continue to read it. It is amazingly, I don't know. It brings back, it is brimming with so much intellect. I love it. And I'll continue to read before I give you the news headlines. In other words, he continued to write, the past is what gives the present the legitimacy of existence, and the present the platform to launch into the future. Namgoziegi. People who are intelligent, when they write, you can tell. The past, your history, which we have been presenting on Radio Biafra, gives every Biafran clan the legitimacy of existence. You cannot exist without history. That is why the zoo only exists on paper. It has no history. That is why every day you will hear Awasa Fulani, you will hear Igbo, you will hear Yoruba, you will hear all the other components. You can never hear the zoo. When it comes to history, Buhari can stand up and say the interest of the North, which is Awasa Fulani. He can never say the interest of Nigeria. Never. We are waiting for Igbo presidency. It's the turn of the South. It's Yoruba's turn. Nobody says it's the turn of Nigeria. Have you ever heard anybody say, oh, it is the turn of Nigeria now to govern Nigeria? Never. That is why they don't produce people who are patriotic. Impossible to be patriotic in the zoo. You may think you are during your youth service because they give you 3,000 naira every month, but you're not. Because if I shove you a bit, you tell me I am an indigene of. As we are going to prove later, that the zoo called Nigeria is never a country nor is it a nation. I'm about to prove it in a short while. Bearing these things in mind, the carpenter hammering his wood is a graphic example. Onyo Kwanka, the carpenter, hammering away with 6 inches nail or 4 inches at the wood is a graphic example of the importance of history as an impetus to human development. Without this history we are giving you on Radio Biafra, you can never ever be developed. Biafra can never ever be developed. Everybody running around with resource control without knowledge of who you are as a human being, you can never be developed. Statement of fact. I am already loving this man, honestly. I love intelligent people. My goodness me. I love intelligent people. This man is exceptional. I must acquaint myself with his works. He is very, very knowledgeable and intelligent. His name, once again, is Dr. Nwankwo T. Nwezigwe. Nwankwo T. Nwezigwe. The lecture is titled The Politics of Igbo Origin and Culture, Igbo Ikwu and the Refactors Reconsidered. Very fine piece of work. My goodness me. Compelling. The preamble is compelling. I love it. Brimming with ideas, understanding, and directing and pointing you towards reason, which is key for me. You can write anything in life as long as it doesn't point you towards the ability to reason better. I dismiss that very work. The work of this very senior research fellow and lecturer at the Institute of African Studies, University of Nigeria, Nsukka, is very, very compelling. Go and check it out and read it. You will understand what we're talking about. This is Radio Biafra. We will now go ahead to present our news headlines very quickly and accompanying news summary this very morning. Having read what we have just read now to you, there are a group of people called Igbos, or referred to euphemistically as Igbos, because Igbo is a language group. It is not actually a people, but we'll get into that later. They said they are going to march for Buhari and Ambode in Lagos. Igbo people who are in Lagos are going to march for Buhari, to support Buhari and Ambode, according to their publicity machinery. One idiot who is fathered by an Hausa man who is now living in Lagos is telling us. Now, you are in a nation, as they say, Nigeria is our nation. If Nigeria is a nation, that means you must have one shared notion or understanding as to what your country is all about. If we use the United Kingdom as an example, Scottish people, they understand their history. They consciously joined the union of the United Kingdom and Great Britain, knowing fully well that they are handing over the mandate, they are handing over their sovereignty to a collective port from where Great Britain is administered from. Now, there are people claiming they belong to the same country as Yoruba and Hausa people, but they claim they are in Yoruba land and campaigning for Yoruba people. If you are in one country, why will you make that distinction that you are different from the person you're campaigning for? It's like saying, oh, Scottish people in London are rallying for, say, David Miliband, which is unheard of and unthinkable. These are some of the, I wouldn't call it idiosyncrasies, I'll call it idiocies of the people that inhabit the Zoological Republic and their inability to reason properly. This is why Nigeria is a zoo full of monkeys and baboons. They call themselves Nigerians. They look like human beings, but they are monkeys and they are baboons. You are in Lagos marching for somebody because you don't know your history. You don't know that oil and water can never mix. You don't understand that you living in Yoruba land is detrimental to your survival, both as a person and as a collective, as a group. Yoruba has pushed us into a corner. They have pushed us into a corner where Biafra no longer exists in the lexicon of our people. They say it's Igbo. Igbo nation, we're fighting for Igbo nation. Which Igbo nation is that? You are fighting for Biafra, not Igbo. Biafra existed before Igbo, for your information. It's a subgroup. Biafra existed before Igbo. Igbo is a subgroup derived from Hebrew. They called it Igbo, and eventually it became Igbo. Subgroup. It never took into account those that came from Ethiopia, from the Afar region of Ethiopia, from where our name came from, Biafra. So it's a subgroup. People don't understand this. It is a subgroup. Now you know this morning, don't you? Our name came from the Afar region of Ethiopia, spelled A-F-A-R. That is why you have light-skinned people where we come from, of which the sun can beat them and they will never turn. Understand this very well. The sun can beat them, but their skin color never changes. If you come to the whole of West Africa, apart from those who were corrupt, I'm not talking about the Arabs, the Moors. The Moors are the people that mixed black blood with Arabic blood. The likes of Buhari emerged. I have never actually seen a pure Fulani before. It's the ones that beg from Niger. You can see them on the road. They mixed with the Tuaregs, and that is what you can get. That's what you have. If you come down to the deep south, the forest region, the equatorial, the rainforest of West Africa, there is only one place where people have light skin. It is in Biafra land. What gave them the light skin that they are carrying? It's in their DNA, in their genetic pool. Of course, we mixed with the people of the forest, the Bijango people. So that is why we also have black children, understandably so, where the skin is black. You got your pigmentation by virtue of your ancestry from the Afar region of Ethiopia. Some came from that very flank, and others came direct from Egypt, all the way from the Holy Land to Egypt, and then down to where we are. Do you understand? You have the house of God. You know that? God in the Bible. You also have the house of Ephraim and Manasseh. You know that? God essentially settled in Anambra, and Ephraim and Manasseh moved down to where, as you know today, and some part of Arochukwu. You understand that very well? Do you understand it? I'm sure you will after this broadcast. These people called Igbo, they are in Lagos making a fool of themselves. They are saying they're going to march for Buhari and Ambode in Lagos because of their businesses. Because if we don't vote for APC, they pose it. That is their argument. Our businesses will burn down. Is that a country that you're living in, or in a mafiosi territory? In a gangland, that is where you live, that you call a nation. People cannot reason, but on Radio Biafra, we make them to reason. This morning, I want you to ponder one thing. Travel across the whole of West Africa. Tell me if there are people who are consistently light-skinned the way Biafran people are. The answer is no. If that is the case and there are no white people in your midst, you did not procreate with white people, where did you get your light skin pigmentation from? You got it from Ethiopia, from the Afar region. From where the Portuguese then discovered and called us Biafra. B-I-A-F-A-R, Biafra. Then as time went on, it became Biafra before it was shortened to just Biafra. Afar region, Biafra, the calling out of these people from the Afar region, Biafra. If you take out the B-I, it becomes Afara. So when people were saying, oh, but Biafra, what is the name? I said, if you go to, what's the name again? If you go to Abagana, there is Afara in Abagana. If you come to Ibeku, there is Afara as well. If you go to Ikedu, I'm told, there is also Afara there. Afara, if you write it down, which is A-F-A-R-A, put B-I in front of it, it gives you Biafra. The calling of these people, come and join. Please come and join. Biafra, come and join us. You left the Afar region, and when you come and join us, it is Bia. Please, can you come and join us? That is how you have the name Biafra. I challenge anybody to disprove it. QED. If you are, I have the facts. What I tell you is not what we were just saying. I have the chronology from the beginning to the end. From the Afar region, AFAR, to when the Portuguese first tried to do their anthropology, to try to link us up. Because the first Portuguese that came contained a Jewish man. For your information. They came to Opobo. The Jewish man was actually the person who recognized that these are Biafran people. Do you know the meaning of the word? Bonny? Bonny, as you see it, are beautiful people. That's the meaning of the word Bonny, B-O-N-N-Y. Bonny means beautiful people because our people was beautiful when they saw us. They said they are clean and very beautiful. They named us Bonny then to signify how beautiful we were. It was the Jewish man amongst the seafaring Portuguese population that said these are Biafran people, and they started to dig very deep. I'm saying all this to remind those of them running around in Lagos saying they're campaigning for Ambode, where they come from, who they are, and without the knowledge of this, they will not return back to where they come from. Yoruba was never called. They don't have Bia in their name, which is calling. Come, you say Bia. They don't have it in their names. Nobody. Oh my goodness me. You know, in those days, people answer their names, say, or answer the names of villages. Say, my name is Afara, and you want to call me. What would you say? You say, Bia, Afara, I'm calling you, come. Is that not correct? In fact, I rest my case. We must continue. Under Jonathan, even EFCC boss is accused of corruption. Oh shit, everybody is a thief and a rogue. It doesn't matter who you are, the police inspector, the police DPO, the ordinary or local recruit. It doesn't matter if you're a sergeant. It doesn't matter if you're on the road collecting money from roadblocks. It doesn't matter if you're guarding a guy in his villa. Every agency, every law enforcement outfit is staffed by criminals. Ndioshi. Even EFCC. I was listening to a song, I think Kuchemfu was playing it on Radio Biafra, and the song was saying something about EFCC. They never convict anybody. EFCC, nobody has ever been to prison, arrested by EFCC. Do you know why? Because the EFCC chairman or boss or whatever chairman is corrupt as well. If they catch you, if you have stolen 3 billion, you give him $500 million, of course you'll go free. They call it man no man. Even the EFCC boss is accused of corruption, according to Buhari, and I believe him. The Senate Committee on Ethics and Public Petitions, 1 year after it started investigation into the 3 billion naira bribery allegation against Senator Aloysius Efok, has absolved the lawmaker of any wrongdoing. I don't know if our people in America are listening, because I am going to write to the U.S. government. Yesterday, in another news broke that the airing by AIT and NTA of the corrupt deeds of Bola Ahmed Tinubu earned them a rebuke from the House of Reps. The House of Representatives in the Zoological Republic called Nigeria rebuked journalists for publishing the truth. And I want to ask Obama in a personal letter, please just answer me, and only 2 lines. Will you live in a country where lawmakers absolved somebody who is culpable in a crime of immense proportion? They exonerated him, and they are holding journalists captive. Lawmakers, House of Reps, they called AIT and NTA and questioned them and carpeted them and said, you should not have aired that program. But they are journalists, for goodness sake. Do you know? Do they know the meaning of journalism? Do you know the meaning of freedom of speech and expression? These are the idiots you voted for 4 years ago. That is why we say to you, don't vote. You people are voting in baboons. You are voting for anyone, people who cannot reason. How can you sanction AIT? How can you sanction NTA for publishing, for exposing the truth, which is their job, that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a thief? Lawmakers. Now, I feel sorry for the type of laws these criminals will make. I'm going to write to Obama. My question to Obama will be, dear Mr. President, will you live in a country where lawmakers hold journalists responsible for exposing the truth about a corrupt politician? Yours truly, Nnamdi Kanu. That's all. What the House of Reps of the zoo don't understand is this. Who exposed Richard Nixon? Nixon did not commit any stupid crime. He was accused of trying to cover up what he did, that he lied when he was asked a question. That is all. And Richard Nixon was impeached as the U.S. president. That he lied, that's all. He tried to, not even that he lied, he tried to cover up something, that's all. And that's the end of him. I want to ask Obama, you are today a president in a country where they respect the probity of office. What do you make of what do you make of lawmakers trying to cover up or covering up criminals? I don't know why AIT went. If they summon you next time, don't go anywhere. Do not go anywhere. They summoned AIT and NTA. Why? That they spoke the truth. That they spoke the truth. Do you see why inside the zoo you can never get truth from anybody? Never. Liars and cheats. What is the business of lawmakers inviting journalists to come in and begin to explain themselves. Oh, why did you air that program? Can't you see it is not good? You have embarrassed Bola Tinubu now. He is not happy. All that money he stole. What it means is that, does it mean you people are watching us as well? One day, will you do the same program as we have done now on Bola Tinubu, exposing that we have stolen money from you people? That's exactly what they're saying. Ill-educated people. The university system in the zoo, God forbid bad thing. They churn out rogues, petty rogues everywhere. These are the people you voted for 4 years ago. They are saying that it is right for people to steal. Vote. That is why we said there will be no vote on the 28th. Don't go anywhere to vote. If you vote, you're voting for thieves. You can see it very clearly yourself. And do you know the worst part of it? Senate, not House of Reps this time, Senate. What did they do? They said that one of their own senators that was caught red-handed in bribery, in scandal of bribery, 3 billion naira. They say, oh no, he's not guilty. Why? Because he's a senator. Because if they know that he's guilty, if they say he is guilty, that means people will start looking at them, that they are thieves, which they are, all of them. And these are the people you want to go and vote for on the 28th. Oh, he's our man. He's our woman. He's our man. We are behind him. Then they are around. That is why you are poor. The suffering you are passing through today, you brought it on yourself. When you finish, you go to church on Sunday, which is not even the day you're supposed to worship the Most High God. You go on Sunday, and the pastor will be telling you rubbish. Oh, your miracle is on the way. Your miracle has been stolen at Abuja. Your miracle is on the way. Mad country, mad idiots. Stupid, foolish people. I have never seen such collection of idiocy. The way black people reason makes me sick. But thank God there are people like the very, very lettered doctor himself. Where's Igwe? Do you know the meaning of his surname? His name is Dr. Wankwo T. Igwe. Do you know the meaning of Nwa Eze Igwe? The child of the King of Heaven. You are asking us to remove religion from what we are doing. Who gave birth to you? Biafra is a religion. This man's name is Nwa Eze Igwe, the child or the son of the King of Heaven. Ewa. Go and check it anywhere. Does anybody answer that type of name? Mr. Son of King of Heaven. It doesn't exist anywhere else. Only in Biafra land. Very unique. Unique people. Very special. Even by their names also. Even by the name they give themselves and their children, you will know how potent they are. The reason why we are in the zoo suffering is that we never knew all these things before. None of you can sit down and say, what is the meaning of my name or the meaning of my father's name? If we have one day, in fact, we're going to declare one day will be for people to ponder over the meaning of their names and their surname. You will see what will happen to you. You will know that Chukwuabiama is indeed God. Some of you don't know that, do you? It's not some who are ill-educated. It's a deity. Oh, this Chukwuabiama, oh God, Chukwuabiama, Akwarosi. Hey, I looked at the young woman and I said, thank God I did not go to university in the zoo. I left Nsukka. I ran away from there because they were impoverishing my brain. What I had, the little I had, they were taking it away from me. That's my father. I came back home, I told him I'm no longer going to school. He said, no, people are... I said, I'm not going anywhere. I don't want to be educated with animals. I want to go and study in England. And today we are on Radio Biafra. And now he understands the reason why I said I must come out to study. Senator stole money. They said he didn't steal it. He has been cleared. No, they didn't say he didn't steal. They said he has been cleared. Senate. Senators, are you judges? Are you magistrates? So somebody committed a crime. Instead of them to go to court, they came to Senate to judge the case. Hey, monkeys and apes. So what is the duty of the law court then? If I'm arrested now on a crime, I can go to Senate and say I want to be judged by the Senate. If that is the case, what is the job of the judiciary? Because no wonder the son of Wires, the former Chief Justice, has joined ISIS. To go and join ISIS to kill some of you. People are daft. Senate judging. What happened to a competent law court? But of course, even the judiciary, they also corrupt themselves. They are also very, very corrupt. This is Radio Biafra. If you're joining us for the very first time, we are live and direct. The time here now is approximately 1 minute past 9 a.m. in the morning, 1 minute past 10 a.m. in Biafra and all over the world, 1 minute past the top of the hour, wherever you are. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are direct. We are presenting our news headlines packed this morning with a preamble from Dr. Nwankwo Nwezigwe, the son of the King of Heaven. Nwa Ezeigwe. I love our names, honestly speaking. Especially when we translate it, it's awesome. Imagine when you address this man as the son of the King of Heaven. Do you know how he will feel? The son of the King of Heaven. Why? Because he's a Biafran. And you tell me to remove religion from Biafra. You must be dreaming. You must be dreaming. If you don't know your history, how can you move forward? Here we give you history. The Zoological Republic has spoken. Jonathan is now telling all of you, the youths of tomorrow, the leaders of tomorrow, the future of tomorrow. No more jobs for you. You don't have jobs anymore. The zoo can no longer give you jobs because they have stolen your future. Go and ask Babangida what he's doing with your money. He has investments in over 62 companies in Europe. Babangida has investment in Iveco in Italy. He has investment in about 4 Swiss wristwatch making companies. Babangida alone. So that's where your future is. Go to Switzerland and ask to become a cleaner. That way you can understand what we're talking about. Because your money that Babangida gave to the Swiss people through stolen funds, they will use it to build industries. And when you go there, you'll be a cleaner. You're cleaning up after your own money. That is why the zoo must come to an end. That is why you must not vote. Here on radio, we are not the ones writing this news. They have concocted one story. There are news written by baboons and monkeys called Nigerians. We will just give it to you and explain it to you the way you understand it. We just explain the news to you because English is not our first language. So we don't, when somebody says, oh, the House of the Senate has absolved Senator Ethiok of 3 billion scandal. Does that absolve him of 3 billion scandal? The man is a thief. He stole the money meant for your hospital bill. When you're going to hospital, you cannot afford the money to buy a card. Somebody has stolen that money. You shouldn't be going to hospital and buying a card before you see a doctor. That money has been stolen by your politician. You don't know that? That is what they have stolen. Now, they called him to ask him, this money you stole, how come? And they said he didn't even steal it because he's a senator. If we expose him now, the whole world will be looking at us as if we are thieves, you know. So let us say he's innocent and then call him by the side and take maybe 100 million each. That is the zoo for you. That's why it's a zoo. Mad people, rogues and thieves. West African crude oil loses momentum as freight cost rises. West Africa is in trouble. If you go to Ghana, they are on their knees. Everywhere there is problem. Why? Because they are black people. They cannot reason. They cannot think ahead. They don't know their history. Therefore, they cannot be developed. Impossible to develop without knowledge of your history. Soldiers have arrested a man with 85 PVCs in Adamawa. 85, he wanted to go and vote 85 times. Only Awasa in Adamawa has been arrested. Only in the zoo, and they will still proceed with the election on the 28th, and then men will die. Men will die. Men will die. Investment inflow into the zoo drops to 20.7 billion. Investment into the zoo has dropped, which is stolen money that they took outside and they're bringing in. Do you see crude oil? Let me tell you what they do in the zoo. They launder money. They move money outside, they clean it up, and then they bring it back through investment and via the stock exchange. The same thing with crude oil. They know that if they refine crude oil inside the zoo in any of the 4 refineries, they cannot steal as much money as possible. You know, when you're paying somebody 85 naira per liter of oil, of petrol, they have refineries outside the zoo. They take the crude oil so that Port Harcourt refinery is not working, not employing people. The other one also is not, because there are 2 in Port Harcourt, I understand that. One in Warri is not working. The one in Kaduna, not working. Now, you need to imagine, I want you to sit down. Imagine the level of wickedness in a human being that will make them not to open an industry in their land. Instead, they go outside and provide employment for other people. Then they import the same petrol back. And then we pay them for importing it back. Now you understand why the zoo must come to an end. They will keep stealing every day. They will be stealing. And the more they steal, the more you suffer. There are businessmen now in Naija, and they're thinking to themselves, oh, business is not doing very well. Do you know why it's not doing well? Because of the politicians. But what the media and the radio and TV doesn't do in the zoo is to educate people and let them understand that the suffering you're suffering today, low freight volumes, is as a result of the conduct of politicians. All politicians is that is the only reason. You're suffering because politicians are thieves. That is why. And not that they are stealing in a good way. There is a type of stealing that you will do. The world will know that you people are evil. Why won't you refine petrol in your place? Why won't they open Port Harcourt refinery? Is it at One or whatever it's called? Why won't you open Warri refinery? Why won't you open Kaduna refinery, I ask? Because your politicians are wicked. They want their own children to be having fun, driving racing cars in Europe, in the Arab world, in America, having fun. How about your own children? How about your own children? Now you understand why Biafra must come. Now you understand. And as I reported yesterday, and we will continue to report today, the House of Reps, they have done, Awasa in fact, not House of Reps, the same House of Reps. Every law they try to make is about money. If it's not about money, don't talk to them. They are carrying their Ghana must go every blessed day. You see somebody with a danchiki and abada carrying a plastic bag full of money every blessed day. The only thing that unites the zoo together, Nigeria, the only thing that brings Nigeria is oil. The conspiracy of Awasa Fulani with Yoruba to eat. And now is when I tell Niger Delta and South, have you seen what we are saying? Have you seen what Ojukwu saw? Like Ojukwu before now, Radio Biafra is preaching exact thing that Ojukwu said. You were not listening. You didn't listen. We are telling you the same thing again. Unless we shut that crack, unless we close that door that Awasa Fulani and the British cleverly developed amongst us, they will keep taking our oil and we'll keep dying. Not just to take the oil and we leave. No. They impoverish you as well. Do you understand? If we close that gap, the enemy is gone. And Biafra will stand. And within Biafra, you have freedom. As I said before, you cannot divide the kingdom of heaven into two. You cannot do it. If you do it now, you will fail. And as long as people keep saying, oh, we are Niger Delta, oh, we are Igbo, we are Southeast, we are South, Biafra won't come and all of you will keep suffering. It's an expo I'm giving you. You come together and that crack is closed. That door, that opening where Satan comes in the form of Yoruba people to be closed forever and ever. And you defeat your enemies. Very simple. Then you go back and prepare your places and develop it as you wish. Oil subsidy they have taken from Jonathan. Jonathan is useless when it comes to oil. So if you're running around saying, oh, vote Jonathan because of oil block, Jonathan will no longer be able to give you oil license. Awasa has taken it from him through the House of Reps. Who decides who gets oil license? Is the House of Reps full of Awasa people. So they will maintain their 96% stranglehold on all the oil blocks. But they told Igbo man is your problem. But they have your oil block now, isn't it? Don't Jigawa own Bayelsa oil? They do. But Igbo man is your problem, as they told you before. Now who is your problem? Who are driving cattle through your farms in Bayelsa and raping your women? Is Awasa Fulani? Jonathan is paying millions of dollars to South African Soviet missionaries to fight Boko Haram. We reported that the other day. Now people are picking it up. It's a very good thing. The sale of water. Civil societies, the Lagos government, they want to sell the supply of water to their friends. That's what they do. You know, I remember meeting Oji Zokalo once when I finished studying, to let him understand that economy is important, to let him understand the essence of economic development of Abia State. And he said it is not the duty of government to, that day he read that is the private sector that will revive industries and get things going. It's not the duty of the government to intervene. And I said to him, do you know what is political economy? He said he couldn't answer. I didn't want to embarrass him because we don't know everything. There are some things we don't know. There are some things I don't know. I asked on the air to please tell me I don't know. And I said, that's fine. Political economy is the marriage of politics and economics. Every country on earth went through that very phase. Without the Marshall Plan, Germany would not be an economic force today. They have it in them to be great, but they would not have recovered. America had to help Germany through what is called the Marshall Plan. Gave them so much money, is untrue, to develop, to advance. Without a significant input of the state, you cannot have development. But he couldn't see it. He was into serving Awasa. Man, about the Awasa boy. That time he took Abia State money to float an airline called SLOC. His friends, Basanjo, seized the license. They couldn't release his aircraft until after a while he ran away. Is it to Ivory Coast he went to be using SLOC airlines? But that was the same Obasanjo that Oji Zokalo voted for in 1999 in Jos PDP convention. They abandoned the Kweme. They abandoned the Kweme. Oji Zokalo and Wobood abandoned the Kweme. Kweme lost PDP nomination to Obasanjo. Why? Because, typical Igbo man, I can gain something through the back. I'm going to call to a deal. The same Obasanjo seized his license and told him, you will not run an airline. The mother went to beg Obasanjo. Obasanjo said no. And I said to Oji, the same man that you were defending against your own flesh and blood, Alex Ekweme, in Jos. Igbo man and sense. After a while, it always backfires on them. It's always back. This is Radio Biafra. If you're joining us, we are live at this moment. The time now is 14 minutes past 9 a.m. in the morning here, 14 past 10 in Biafra land. 21 countries moved to checkmate piracy, crude oil theft in the Gulf of Guinea. I don't believe in that garbage. Who are the ones stealing the oil? Is Britain. Britain will pack their ship and take all the oil. There is no meter now. That's all. As long as Awasa is there. Kachiko, they'll be signing paper. I don't know. Is that what? That's what it says. Kachiko is they sign their signature. And then Niger Delta is in peril. People are poor, wretchedly poor. You need to go there to see it. But Igbo, I want to see them. And I said, but they told Igbo man is your problem. That is what they told you. They said, Igbo man is your problem. Yes or no? Today, your villages are still undeveloped. Potiskum is now a shadow of itself due to insurgency, according to the Emir of Fika. Everywhere is an Emir. in the Zoological Republic. Governor Obiano launches 16 billion agri farm that will attract 100,000 indirect jobs. That's very good. Very, very good if he continues it, and not as a gimmick. But what we would like Obiano to do is to invest very heavily in the rice production along Adani. Very, very important. Adani rice should be promoted, and also Ebonyi State government, please support Abakaliki rice farmers, because if we can take half of the importation of rice by Dangote, our areas will be developed. We can generate funds to help rural communities, please. Very, very important that we do so. And that is why we are not going to vote, because we need to be developed. We need to be developed. Right now, we are not. Gunmen attack Suswam vehicle, kill 2 policemen in Benue. Nobody is immune from violence. These governors, they bring violence to the people. After a while, people are bound to revolt. That's the way you flog a donkey and the donkey will start talking. That is what they have done to us. They have brutalized us so much that the time has come to speak. How are we going to speak? On the 28th of March, there will be no election in Biafra land. If you come out to vote, you'll probably die. I'm telling you the truth. Try and see. Come out to vote in war. You will perish. This is Radio Biafra. We must continue. We must continue. The news now in greater detail before we open the lines. The All Progressives Congress has called on this APC, the Boko Haram party, has called on Igbo indigenes across the state of Lagos to converge on the Onikan Stadium, Lagos, to rally support for the APC presidential candidate, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, and his governorship candidate in Lagos, Akim Wumi Ambode, on Saturday, or they will burn your shops down. They will burn it down if you don't come out. All the Igbo's in Lagos, and the area boys, as they call them, they will come out and they will destroy your businesses if you don't come out. The publicity secretary of APC in Lagos is an Igbo man. Joe Igbokwe. But he is answering Igbokwe. The surname is Igbokwe. I feel sorry for the family. He gave the call during a press conference on Wednesday. He said the march was necessary to clear the impression that Igbo indigenes were supporting the PDP. So, because people are supporting Jonathan, who is their brother, all of a sudden, it is, come out, let's support Lagos. What does he have to say about this? Igbokwe said, Igbo indigenes had been coexisting peacefully with the Yoruba. I thought, you're no longer Nigerians. You are Igbo and Yoruba. Okay. So, at what time then do you say that Nigerians live side by side in peace? No. As I said before, everything you say and utter in the zoo points back to your history, that you're different from them. Because if you are from the same nation, why would you have the need to distinguish? Igbokwe said Igbo indigenes had been coexisting peacefully. That is, living peacefully. He said, coming out to show their support on Saturday will prove to the world that they were solidly behind their hosts. So, not their fellow citizens, not their fellow countrymen, but their hosts, which means, you are tenants. But you are Nigerians, so mind you, but also in Lagos, you are some of these things that they say is laden with meaning. But the news networks in the zoo don't have time to explain to people what they mean. Lagos is hosting you, which means you're a parasite. You are not welcome there. Yes, now there's a parasite that is a host. It's after a while you go. Isn't it? That's what. If you want to continue to do your business in Lagos, come out and support Yoruba people, or else you are in serious trouble. Your shops will be burnt down. That is politicking in the zoo, and you're planning to go out to vote. Then next 4 years, they'll kill more people. And they'll talk the same rubbish. And another 4 years, the same nonsense. Over and over and over again. Under Jonathan, even EFCC chairman is a thief. The presidential candidate without certificate of the APC, Muhammadu Buhari, has stated that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has not recorded any high-profile conviction since President Goodluck Jonathan came to power 4 years ago, which is correct. Abundantly correct, of course. Speaking through his spokesperson Garba Shehu at a press conference Thursday in Abuja, Mr. Buhari said EFCC's inability to record a conviction is in stark contrast to its past record, where former governors and other senior public officials accused of defrauding the zoo were tried and prosecuted. No, Buhari, only Biafran governors were prosecuted. Please. There was no Yoruba man that was thrown in jail. Despite the fact that Hausa are the most thieves you can have in the zoo, none of them is in jail. And the Ibori is jailed here in England, not in the Zoological Republic. You must get your facts straight, please. You must get it straight. Very, very important. We continue. The Senate Committee on Ethics and Public Petitions, 1 year after it started its investigation into the 3 billion bribery allegation against Senator Aloysius Etok, has absolved the lawmaker of any wrongdoing. He did not commit any crime or steal anything, they are saying. The Senate leadership had ordered investigation into the allegation by the chairman of the disbanded Presidential Pension Reform Task Team, Abdul Rashid Maina. I told you, Awasa and bribery and corruption, that the Etok-led probe panel on the management of pension funds demanded 3 million bribe from them. They asked Etok to conduct investigation into the pension reform task team responsible for stealing money. That's what they do. Then the man came and said to them, since many billions are missing, can I have my own 3 billion? And Rashid said, no, I won't give you. He got upset, and Rashid reported him and said he wanted 3 billion. We did not give him 3 billion, and he's kicking off. And now the Senate said, no, come here. Instead of going to the law court to go and decide all this, the Senate said, no, we'll launch our own. And I'm asking the Senate, are you people judges? Are you lawyers? Did you take statements and deposition from people under oath? Did you get sworn affidavit from people under oath? Were they cross-examined under oath? The answer is no. They said he is free to walk away. He's not guilty. Of course, protecting their own. The Minister of State for Agriculture, Haiya Asmau Asebe Ahmed, while speaking at the Presidential Women Rally at Bako Kontangora Memorial Stadium in Mina, said, youths must learn to be independent. They steal your money and they ask you to go and open a pure water shop to be selling. And then I want to ask this Minister for Agriculture or whatever her name is, Haiya Asmat, where are your children? I don't mind if you're a business person, you have worked hard to train your kids. I don't mind. But you're a minister. Where are your children? So, your children, are they independent? Mrs. Ayatu. Are they independent? I'm asking you. You see how they abandon you. Those of you who are young, oh, we are the youths of tomorrow. We are going to vote. The government of the zoo is telling you, we don't want anything to do with you anymore. Go and get a life for yourself. So you're saying that you cannot create jobs or enabling environment, you cannot develop the infrastructure to allow people to be meaningfully employed. The answer is yes. Go and start pure water shop. Go and look for money from abroad. Get your relatives from abroad or start doing 419 online as others are doing to get money. Be independent. That's what I'm telling you. I was a woman is telling youths of the country to go and start doing something else. So, does it mean we should not vote? No. Go and vote. But what is the meaning of voting if you cannot help me? The meaning of voting is to give you my mandate so you can help me. No, we will not help you. You can vote for us. That is your business. Of course, we have rigged the election. But go and be on your own. We won't help you. So, why then should I go and vote? You are voting because you're a Nigerian. Because you're an idiot and we have sense. And you vote for us and we eat all your money. That's what they're telling you. It is here now. Despite efforts by the government of the zoo to ensure that unemployment is reduced in the country, a federal minister on yesterday disclosed that there are no more jobs in the country for little children. Therefore, start walking through the desert to go to Arab world. Try to get into Europe to see if you can do cleaning and security work. A minister, a politician is telling you, and on the 28th you are planning to go and vote. Are people well? What is the name of this minister? Her name is Hajia Asmau Asabe Ahmed. We have nothing for you anymore. If you have nothing for us, we also have nothing for you. We have no vote for you on the 28th. We are not going to vote. We will not vote on the 28th. Why should we vote? No, you can go and do it yourself. Since you want us to be independent, we want you to also go and vote for yourself and be independent of yourselves. This is why we're asking you, not just even for Biafra, for common sense to prevail, to change things. Since you cannot, some of you cannot fight, at least the least you can do is to sit at home and don't vote. They will feel the pain. Obama and Cameron will ask them, the EU will ask them, why is it that people did not vote? And then they will no longer deal with the governors. They will come to you and ask you, why didn't you vote? Then you will tell the world that these are thieves. These are rogues. Who will vote for a criminal? Will you vote for an armed robber? No, I'm asking you. If somebody says, I am an armed robber, vote for me so I can mount roadblock and shoot you and take your money. Will you vote for the person? That's exactly what you're doing on the 28th. If you go out to vote, you are voting for an armed robber. All of them, they are thieves. All of them. This is a woman that went to school, I presume. She's saying that they don't have anything for you. So what is the job of the government then? If there is no hope for the youth, their parents will suffer and pay their school fees. What is the job of the government, I'm asking? If not to help the young ones. What is your job then? Tell us. No, you want me to vote for you? Vote for you to do what? I'm a youth. I'm voting for you. What is there for me? They say nothing. Then why should I vote? Because you're a fool. Mad people. Don't go out to vote. They don't care. They don't give a toss about you. They don't give a damn about you at all. Rising freight rates in the zoo and across West Africa are having a knock-on effect on the already high oil prices in the region. Everywhere else around the world, that is the thing about Africa when I say it. But you people are foolish. Everywhere else in the world, the cost of petrol is coming down. But in the zoo, it's going up because of a freight cost. If the freight cost is high, open your bloody refineries. Use your brain for once. Oh my God. This suffering I'm suffering every blessed day is not fair. It's not fair, honestly. It's not fair at all. Soldiers arrest man with 85 PVCs. In Diosh, everybody's a thief. The minister, Minister Hajia of Agriculture, wants you to be independent. And one man here is independent. He's trying to be independent. He is a 38-year-old man. His name is Bobby Kotri. He was arrested by soldiers in Adamawa State for being in possession of 85 permanent voter cards. Parading the man before journalists yesterday. That's the one they will parade, 85 voter cards. How about the people stealing 3 billion, 4 billion, 8 billion, $40 billion? Can't you see them? He's a poor. You asked him to be independent. That's what he's doing. You have given him nothing in life. This young man with 85, that is the this UG black. I wish that black youths can understand and reason properly. I wish they can reason properly. 85 PVCs. 85 PVCs. He is being independent. And soldiers are paraded by soldiers. Is he Boko Haram? Your Senate president is a thief. Have you arrested him? Jonathan has investments in Namibia. Billions. Have you arrested him? He's somebody with 85. Anyway, the Bible said they will take from the poor and give to the rich. That's exactly what is happening. If you're a poor person, they arrest you. If you are a thief, you go free. The National Bureau of Statistics on Thursday released the capital importation report for the 2014 fiscal year. It stated that the amount of capital brought into the zoo dropped by nearly $676 million or 2.66% from 21. Talking rubbish. Do you say you are a sovereign nation, you have your own currency? Why do you keep quoting in dollars all the time? Do you see why I told you to go and take your monies from the bank and put it aside? Put it in convert it to dollars and put it to one side. Naira is worthless. Even the zoo cannot even quote money anymore in their own currency. central bank is advising the world or telling people what is happening, and they are quoting the money they are talking about in dollars. Maybe from a British colony to an American colony, who knows? After all, these are black people. What do they know? Dumb fools. Why are you quoting the money in the zoo in dollars? Are you now a dollar country? That is to warn each and every one of you. Go and take your money from the bank, convert it to foreign currency, and keep it somewhere safe. Go and buy an iron safe and lock it there, or bury it on the ground, anything you want. Bury it in the ground, please. The much-awaited petroleum industry bill, soon to be passed into law by the House of Reps, has recommended that the discretionary power of the president to grant petroleum license and leases be completely removed. Jonathan is cut off from oil. So even though Wazirike campaigning for Jonathan, no more oil for you. Because once Awasa begins to review the oil, they will tell you, you are the one lying with Biafra. We will not renew your own oil, you know. And then you will go back to your members and ask them to increase their... if you want to be commissioner of police in Biafra, you pay what's 20,000 naira every month. Commissioner for police. God in heaven. We continue. Jonathan paying millions of dollars to South African Soviet mercenaries to fight Boko Haram. Millions are being paid to foreign fighters. This was broken on Radio Biafra. Of course, we did. We broke it. Now Reuters is on it as well. They said Reuters has just confirmed. It was broken on radio. The whole world listens to us. It was broken. They paid them $400 a day to fight. They said they have no future for the youth, you know. But they're paying white apartheid South Africans $400 every day. Jonathan is indeed foolish. Because they don't know their history, do they? No, they don't. We are Nigerians. You have seen it now. A recent study by the World Health Organization says 66 million monkeys called Nigerians do not have access to potable or safe water, a situation which has given rise to water-related diseases, costing the country a whopping sum of $2.5 billion. Everything is in dollars. As people throng various hospitals for treatment, they are saying it is costing the country. Is the treatment free? Can you go to a general hospital and they treat you for nothing? They should stop talking rubbish. People are drinking dirty water because they are monkeys and baboons. It's only a monkey that can drink any water you give to it. And that is what the animals in the zoo are doing, because they are not civilized. I have not seen any Nigerian who is civilized. If you're a Nigerian, you're a monkey or a baboon, choose one. You cannot even get clean drinking water because your brains are not working properly. You are waiting to go and vote, and they are one stupid people. We continue. If you're voting, you're an absolute idiot. They say Adamawa is now free of Boko Haram. As we told you before, they will come out and they will say, oh, everywhere is clear. You cannot have election. Typical zoo, the way they lie. Go out and queue now on election day, and you'll be blown apart, blown to pieces. And then the EU will say, although people were killed and scared away from voting, at least voting went on in other places. Because of that, the election is free and fair. Write it down. That's what they will say. I said white observers will come because everybody is looking for their own crude oil money. This is what they will say. Having observed it, I said write what I'm saying down so that when it happens, I will tell you I told you so. Having observed the elections, we noticed irregularities in certain places. In some areas, there were no card readers. People complained of lack of PVC. Others did not turn up because of the terrorism in the country. However, we are satisfied that voting went on in a majority of the places that we visited. Therefore, the election can be said to be free and fair. The time now is 25 minutes to 10 in the morning of the 13th of March. Uche, for take note. I will play back what I've just said to you now. Once the EU give their report, the white observers, once they give their report on the election, you watch and see. They are saying it is clear so that they can go and vote in the election. You did not defeat Boko Haram in 4 years. All of a sudden, within 1 week, you have defeated them. Oh my God, the zoo at its finest. In a move to checkmate activities of piracy and crude oil theft in the Gulf of Guinea, the zoo Navy, in collaboration with 21 other countries, they can never fight any war on their own. They are looking for arms coming into Biafra land. They say that they're looking for oil piracy. Did you start stealing oil? Is it today that you woke up about oil thievery? All of you have been stealing. They want to intercept a consignment of armaments bound for Biafra land. That's all. They're wasting their time. They said, oh, we are searching for oil thief. You people have been stealing. Which poor person has the tanker to go and steal oil? Who has the tanker to go and steal? Is it not you, the same people? One is Moshi. You are the ones mounting roadblocks. And then when you drive past, the thieves calling themselves soldiers and police will start robbing people. The zoo never does anything on its own. 21 other countries to patrol. As soon as you're patrolling, they will pack their own shit, their own tanker, and take their own oil and move away. Mad people. This is Radio Biafra is an eye-opener. You come here and you learn. Not this nonsense they give you. Oh, the governor has gone today to felicitate with the village in order to let's hail the governor. Ochendo one, Ochendo. The madness is asoku ndiara. Theodoji is the crudest of them all. Very, very crude idiot as the governor of Abia State. Very, very hopeless. The worst of his kind ever. The man is a nightmare. A nightmare he is. The barrister has come to me and he will wait for me. Potiskum is now a shadow of itself due to insurgency. In the past, Potiskum used to be full of social and economic activities by Igbo people. Now, today, it is no longer there, according to the Emir of Fika and chairman of Yobe State Council of Chiefs, Dr. Muhammadu Ibn Abali Muhammad. Dr. Muhammad Ibn Abali Muhammadu Idrisa. This name sounds Arabic. What relationship has this man got to do with Okereke? Or Nwafo? Or Chukwebuka? Let me read his name again. If you go to Mali, you will see this name. If you go to Senegal, the name is there. If you go to Awasa Fulani territories, this name is there. What are we doing with them? Muhammadu Ibn Abali, Dr. Muhammad Ibn Abali Muhammadu Idrisa in the same country with me. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We continue. Governor Biano launches 16 billion agric farm. I hope it's correct. And I don't like all this news. You think it is correct and then you go and investigate and it's rubbish. Governor William Biano of Anambra State on Thursday launched 16 billion naira worth plantation exclusively for cultivation and processing of tomato and cassava in the state. I welcome that. So Awasa will stop poisoning you with their tomatoes. They put rice in it, you eat and die. Only I heard them, after eating Awasa tomatoes, you're dead. You are dead. One Nigeria, my foot. Gunmen suspected to be Fulani headsmen, always Fulani headsmen. They have attacked the senatorial campaign vehicle of Governor Gabriel Suswam and shot dead 2 officials of the ruling PDP in Kwande, local government area of Benue State. Make of that whatever you wish. The zoo is crumbling. They are killing themselves because they are evil and do not go out to vote. If you go out to vote, Boko Haram will kill you. They will come to the queue line and they will blow themselves up. Dino with a Dino watcher in Port Harcourt. They are everywhere waiting for you to queue up so they can blow you to bits. Simple as that. This is Radio Biafra. I must go to the barrister right now. This very second. Barrister, can you hear me? If you can, please proceed.
Yes, Director. Thank you for the news. Director?
Yes, I can hear you, Barrister. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Barrister. Thank you.
Director, first of all, I have to refer to the first piece of work you were reading for us by Wankwo.
Where's Igwe, the son of the King of Heaven? My goodness.
It was powerful. It was a powerful written piece of work. And I hope we read that every day to bring our people into the knowledge of who they are Look at those in Lagos disgracing themselves, acquiescing with the Northerners to march. You see, in all this, you talk about the Igbos especially. What pains me so much is they prefer to eat in few of them, and then the rest will go to hell. The attitude of uniformity has disappeared from the sense of an Igbo man. Me, me, me alone. And this is what I hate ever in my life. Selfishness. What belongs to me, nobody else. Let me eat alone, nobody else. Now, they are acquiescing with the Northerners and some of the Yorubas to go and support Buhari. Buhari that way, Director, I think we need to be singing song about this preaching here on Radio Biafra, so that they will not stupidly go and make mistake and give another mandate to a Hausa man who is sure to come anyway. Now, the reason why we are telling all of you there in Lagos and in the north, because I know some of our people are still there, is for you to withdraw yourself from this particular foolish contraption that has never afforded you any comfort. Nothing else. Now, and Mr. Ibokwe or Dr. Ibokwe or Professor Ibokwe, whatever he is now telling us that they have lived hand in hand with the Yorubas. They are their hosts. Lo and behold, are they not the same Yorubas running their businesses? Have they forgotten?
The same people.
Have they forgotten, Director? Have they forgotten? And now they have lived side by side with their host. Now they realize, that's what they say, they are negotiants. Why are they keep mixing themselves up? But we are taking note. Whatever they wrote down there, whatever they say, we are taking note and we regurgitate it back to them when they make a mess of what they say. You see, it's like a madman or madwoman who says the reason why they see him or her mad is because he is doing the same thing all over again,
Please,
expecting a different result.
Barrister, I need to interrupt you. There's a very serious and how would I put it? A very serious breaking news which we must bring to the attention of our people.
Go ahead.
Barrister Owazurike and Masop people have printed forms in Aba distributing, asking people to join IPOB army with them.
Sorry, can you repeat again?
Owazurike and Masop in Aba, they have now printed forms. They are out on the street deceiving people, working for Awasa Fulani as always. I warned you before, Barrister, that this is what Awasa Fulani will do. Anything we do, they try to copy it to confuse people. Anything we do, they copy. Owazurike right now has given instruction to his people in Aba to go and print forms, going about and selling the forms, claiming, come and join IPOB army. Barrister, are you following me?
Doctor, I'm a bit shocked and bewildered, to say the least.
This is happening as we speak. This is happening as we speak. We are warning everybody in Aba. We don't recruit for the army using a form. We will call you. Do not join anything that Owazurike Masop is behind. They have sold our people down the river. The man is campaigning for Jonathan. He signed a peace agreement with the zoo called Nigeria. People should ask Masop members. They are not part of IPOB unless they leave Masop completely. We don't sell forms to people to join IPOB army. It is impossible to do so. We don't give forms to people. If you are a soldier of the army of Biafra, you don't fill any form. We come for you. You don't come for us. We are sounding it as a note of warning. IPOB is making it very, very clear. We have no business with Masop, with Owazurike. No business. The army of Biafra is not even called IPOB. It is called the army of Biafra, not IPOB. If you're listening in Aba this very morning, tell those in Aba, we have nothing to do with Owazurike. He is the Ifajuna of our time. He is a traitor. He used the name of Biafra. He disappointed us. He led us down the path of doom. Don't buy form or fill any form from anybody. We are warning you. We don't recruit with forms. Make that very clear, please. Go ahead, Barrister.
Director, Owazurike is a nasty element. Where has Wazirike been all this while? Abba has been sitting and living inside rubbish. Where has he been all this time? Where? Now, this is the time he's just woken up to start giving them forms. Where has Wazirike been all this while? And the Abba people are living in big style. Wazirike, he is doing his last moment. Woe has already betide on him. He can never mix up with what Chukwuabiama has ordained. He has played his card. Is it not the same Wazirike that has resigned? He says he's no more a freedom fighter.
Exactly.
Director.
That's what he said.
Didn't Wazirike say that?
He did. He said he has resigned. He had, in
Exactly.
fact, I want our admin to go and find that very interview by Wazirike where he said he has resigned. He is no longer that only God knows who will bring Biafra. Now Chukwuabiama have said that his country must come, that his nation must come on this very earth. This idiot was on the Igbo. Why is Masop trying to ruin what we are doing? We said we are not interested in your useless peaceful actualization rubbish. We are going to go to war. And it has nothing to do with Masop. We are making it very, very clear they should stay on their own and pursue their peaceful nonsense with PDP. They are not part of us. Wazirike is not close to what we are doing. He doesn't know what we are doing. He is a traitor. We don't need him. He can sign his peace business with President Jonathan and sew uniform and be a peace ambassador. That is his business. And I want all our admin to go to work. I need 2 pieces of news for Wazirike this morning. One, where he said he is no longer fighting for Biafra. The second one, where he also mentioned with his own mouth that we should go and vote for Jonathan. Very, very important we do that this morning. Please, Barrister, go ahead.
Oh, Director. We try bringing things together. Wazirike keep discarding what we are. I think it was a caller, a Biafran caller says, before we go into any particular action, that the enemies around us need to be cleared and cleaned off first. I think Wazirike is drawing Biafrans into that particular angle. Why is it that we are planning and he's trying to unplan, undo what we are doing? Those in Lagos, he booked them, acquiescing with those in Lagos, messing themselves up. And now Wazirike has returned to Biafra land in Aba after he has said not more than 4 or 6 weeks, 6 months, that he's no longer fighting for any revolution.
He said he is no longer fighting, that he doesn't know who will bring Biafra. That,
exactly.
Oh my goodness.
And lo and behold, Wazirike and his people. Anyway, we can't see everything on air.
Barrister, they're using our name, IPOB. People must be warned. You must be warned. We don't fill any application form. For you to be an IPOB, a family member, you don't need to fill any form. Attend a family meeting if there is none. Start one where you are. That is the way we operate. That is the way we work. Barrister, go ahead.
Director, let me take a break. I'm angry. You know, in court, after a while, the judge will say, we take a break and come back. I'll come back. I may be upset.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. This Radio Biafra. We must continue. Barrister is upset, and I am enraged. But that is not going to stop us from doing this very work, which Chukwuabiama ordained must be done in his name. We must warn everybody engaging in the selling of forms to join the army of Biafra under the banner of IPOB to desist from doing so. We don't sell anything to people. No, we don't. There is FM talking in Onitsha. Did Onitsha people contribute to it? The answer is no. There is FM all over Biafra land. On radio, did we ask people back home to pay for it? The answer is no. Your brothers and sisters abroad contributed the money. Ostensibly, our brother paid for it. I'm talking about tens of thousands of dollars. One person alone. Tens of thousands of dollars to propagate what is happening. You must understand that. One person paid for CHK. That's 7.6. And they're still paying. And we pay for our TV. You must understand that. We don't charge people for anything. Everybody abroad, part of the family, they are contributing to what we are doing. Every month we mention their names here on air. If you don't pay, you step aside. We don't sell forms. We don't fill forms here because we are all citizens of Biafra. You don't need a form to be a citizen of your own country. You don't need to fill any form. Once you're born into a country, you're part of that country. That's why we are IPOB. Indigenous people of Biafra. We are not a movement. We are not just a people. We are Biafra. I have a caller on the line. Stay where you are. I am going to go to the other caller who happens to be on the line as well. And I presume from Waterford, please, if you can hear me. This is Radio Biafra. Give us your name and where you are, please.
Yes, sir. Good morning, Director.
Good morning.
My name is Gabriel, the National Secretary of IPOB. I want to make a little announcement.
Your line is not clear.
Okay, from St. Patrick's Parade.
No, please try and call back. Your line is not clear for some reason. I don't know what it is. It is not clear, but it is not unconnected with connectivity, of course. I have a caller also on the phone, I presume from Germany. Please, your name and where you are. The part of Germany you're in.
Director.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, Director, good morning.
Good morning, my dear brother.
Director, my name is Chukwudi Ezekure. I'm calling from Mannheim in Germany. I'm from Idato.
Thank you. Are you part of us? Are you part of us?
Yes, of course, Director. I'm the Deputy National Coordinator in Germany as a whole.
Thank you very much. You're welcome. A principal officer of state. You may proceed, please.
Yes, Director, first of all, I want to announce our emergency meeting here in Mannheim. All the IPOB members in Mannheim, Ludwigshafen, Heidelberg, all of us, we have to converge in Mannheim tomorrow being Saturday by 5 o'clock in the evening. We have an urgent meeting. Director, again, I want to say something about Wazirike. Wazirike has proved to all of us that is, if anybody that has his brain intact, we know that Wazirike is a criminal, he's a businessman, in whichever way you want to put it. He is a criminal and he's a businessman. And in this our struggle, it's like we can no longer tolerate Wazirike. Enough is enough. I want to talk to all our brothers and sisters in Biafran land on how to get to be a member of what we are doing. If you really want to participate and you are in Biafran land, what you have to do is to look for your brothers and sisters, that is IPOBs in Biafran land, and join them in converting their meetings. If you want to join as a soldier, we don't give people forms. We don't sell forms. Even we don't ask for 1 naira. Nobody should give you any form to fill. You don't have to fill any form. What you have to do is to call Radio Biafra with your number, and Radio Biafra will take your number and tell you how they will contact you personally. They will come to you. You don't go to anybody. We ask you to sit where we are coming to meet you, and we will come there in person and talk to you. And first of all, we have to ask you some questions to make sure you really understand what you are going into. Because we don't want to have a soldier like Nigerian again. These people are criminal. Wazirike is a thief. He went to sign an agreement with Jonathan, and he collected some money. And our brothers and sisters are them in the Zurisa. And this man refused to comment about them. Even he denied them, even in death. So what we are saying is that everybody has to be careful. Don't give your 1 kobo to anybody. Don't give your money to anybody that you want to be a soldier of Biafra. No, we don't do that. Just call Radio Biafra and they will tell you what to do. Be patient. We will come to you. This work is huge. And then the people that is coming out to connect our soldiers are very few. When we ask you to sit down there and wait for us. We will come to you. Don't be in a haste. Don't give anybody your money. Don't fill any form. Wazirike is a criminal. Wazirike brought Mustafa and the son of Abata in Okwe and gave them 21 gun salute. Our people, we have to use our brain. We can no longer be fooled. Please, and please. Director, I want to say, may Chukwudama bless you and bless Biafra. Thank you very much.
He said, thank you very, very much and well spoken. A principal officer of state, we are going to the lines now. Everybody in Aba, you are being warned. Do not fill any form. We don't fill forms where we come from. IPOB doesn't fill any form. We have family members, people that belong to the family. That's why we do things when we do it. We don't sell any form. You don't fill in any form. The zoo government has come again. Wazirike is working for Nigeria full time. With his own mouth, he confessed it. Don't go close to him. That man is the Ifajina of our time. Be very, very careful. The caller on Skype, can you hear me?
Yes, Director. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling us from this very fine day.
My name is Emmanuel Chukwu from Moscow.
Thank you very much. Go ahead. From Moscow in Russia, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Please go ahead.
What I want to contribute is about last month I was in Nigeria. So I met my father. We discussed there is something he told me about when he was before the war. So he has a problem and he went to a Hausa man, a Hausa native doctor. When he went to the Hausa native doctor, so the man who brought him, the Hausa man who brought him to the native doctor, tell him about that because he has a problem, they give him poison from the east. So he went to Kanu. So when he went there, so the native doctor asked the Hausa man who brought my father that is he this man has he taken that thing that has he taken that thing to make us one, because there is something that they will put in your drink on anything. When you drink it, automatically you become a Muslim and you become like a goat. Anything they order you will do. So what my father is hearing outside that moment, he understand what they are saying, because this thing is like they will write it. It's like they will write it in their slate, in their paper, in one board, and they will wash it out. So when they wash it out, and this thing, if you drink it, you become like them. You will become Muslim like them automatically. Anything they tell you, you must do. You understand me? Because this is a charm they conduct. Me, I believe they do this thing. They give this thing to Okorocha, and they give this thing to also this Wazirike, this enemy, this Wazirike also. He is drinking this concussion from the Hausa people. So any man who is doing this, who is acting like this thing, he has drinking this concussion. So when my father heard what they are saying with the Hausa language, and my father understand, and the native doctor asked the man who brought my father, whether he did understand us, and he said yes, you understand Hausa. That's what breaks this thing. What brought my father to that place, and my father changed his mind and left. That was saved my father. We could have been a Muslim now.
So that is what they are doing.
Yes, that's what they are doing. Anytime you came to them or they invite you to any place, they will give you this concussion. Automatically you become like them, and you obey them. Anything they tell you to do, because that charm is holding you. So anything they give to you to drink, you continue acting like them. They will be controlling you. So that is what I want to say about Wazirike now. This thing he's trying to do is what he want to do. He want to bring what they call divide and rule. He want to have his own soldiers. That means because he has his enemy, also people who is sponsoring him at the back to spoil what we are doing. in my own view. So you want these soldiers to be, to be destructing what we are doing in case of this 28 we are talking about. This 28 we are talking about. So he want to find people that he can give gun or other kind of things to be an enemy. So this, I believe, this thing is still working in his body. This concoction.
The concoction Awasa made. Very, very sad indeed. Very, very sad indeed, but he will not prevail because we are the children of the Most High God, Chukwa Biama. You must know that. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? No, they cannot hear me. They have disengaged unceremoniously. The caller on Skype, can you hear me? The caller on Skype, can you hear me? One more time, can you hear me? The caller on Skype, can you hear me? This is Radio Biafra. I have a caller on Skype. Don Moore, can you hear me? No, they cannot hear me. They cannot hear me. This is Radio Biafra. If you call us, we will take your call. Let us try once again to see if we can get any contact on those calling. The caller on Skype, can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes, please turn the system down, please, before you proceed. Your name and where you are.
All right. I would like to say good morning to you, Mr. Nnamdi. At the
Morning.
same time, and all the colleagues working around the globe for this actualization of this.
We are restoring. We are not actualizing. We are restoring Biafra. Go ahead.
Sorry for my English words. Restoring of Biafra. And I have a lot of things to say about this because you are.
What is your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Clifford Nwashuku Uswani. I'm from Delta State in the zone, or precisely Delta State.
Where in Anyoma do you come from?
From Kwale.
Oh, you're Kwale. You're Kwale. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Kwale,
what is your language in Kwale? Is it Igbo?
It's Igbo. Kind of, they've created a lot of diversity of unification between the Igbos and we Kwale, because mostly when I try to speak my Kwale language, I end up speaking like the Igbos, Aziza or Ofe or Miri, or it's very similar. So
it's not similar, it's the same people. The same people, not similar. That's not like similar. It's the same people. Kwale is the same people. I met a retired civil servant before, and we were talking. And I said, okay, you sound as if you're from my mother's village. He said, no, he's from Kwale. I said, but you are Igbo. Let us not go into that for now. Please go ahead. We are all one people. Go ahead.
All right. I'm calling right now from Sweden, Gothenburg City.
Yes.
And I want to I've been going alongside with your broadcast. You've got so much energy, and that energy is not coming from any human. It's coming from the Most High God in heavens. And the angels will always be in front of you and behind you. Okay? And what I want to contribute is to tell you that, or make a proposal that I've been listening to most of Asare Dokumo stuff, and even if the judges have done what they have done, it's time for the Biafra, this movement of restoring Biafra, to work with those activists, because actually I really enjoy listening to your hardcore broadcast. What I mean, Nigeria doesn't need to be pampered or taught how to go it. They need it the hard way. So whatever who is calling for peace dialogue is a big mistake. What I really want the Biafran movement to do is to work with people like the Mend, the Ogoni people. These are hardcore people. If you come to my place, Delta, we are hardcore people. We are ready for things to happen. I will tell you a good reason, Mr. Nnamdi. The reason why we are all scattered all over the globe today is because we are fed up of being a slave in our own land. And this is the time we all have to come out. When I listen to you and Barrister or Clifford and the other, whatever they say, their contribution, these are the intellectual people we need to educate the Nigerian people. I've called my own brothers in Lagos. I said, please, just like you always say, if you go vote, please do not call me for a dime. Because most of our politicians, their works have made us to leave the shores of our land to come this way. We shouldn't be so. You understand what I mean? So, and this lady that called from London and asked you which passport you were using, I was so ashamed of her because she's from the land and she's yet to accept the truth. Yeah, I have my kids here. They are all born with Swedish parents. Yeah, my wife is Swedish, my kids are Swedish, everything. Yeah, but still, I shed tears each night and listening to Radio Biafra. What am I doing in Europe? Do I get a good life? The answer is no. Yes, but I'm out in Europe to create a better life, future for my children. But yeah, sometimes they have to fall back to their own ancestors and ask, why did my father came to Europe and have us? So I'm thinking you should make a good contact with these activists on the ground in Nigeria. Example, Asare Togubo and the likes like him. You don't need somebody like Wazirike. When the time comes, those people must be flushed out and out they go from the land. You understand? So this is just part of a simple contribution. I'm so glad that I can be able to get in touch with you. And in some cases, I've been writing my views on the timeline, on whatever they are doing on the internet. I've been keeping up the contact, make sure every night is like part and parcel of me now to listen to Radio Biafra because it motivates me. It gives me the hope. It gives me the joy that it takes off the burdens of someone is there talking about a people that have been denied decades of their rightful place. And when it comes to the British, they've done what they can do. And shame to the British Parliament. Not the British people, but the British parliamentarians. Okay?
Yes, I'm listening. Go ahead. We are listening attentively. Go ahead.
And more so, I want to say that no matter what the zoo is like today, no matter what the zoo is like today, I will not. When I was born, I never had the mind because when I grew up, I saw what my parents were passing through in the zoo. And that gave me the hope that I want to give my kids a brighter future. I would have given my kids a better future in that land if the politicians have been delivering, but they chose not. How could somebody be stealing billions and somebody with 85 pieces of PVC is being paraded, just like you said? Where is Tinubu? Where is Abasanjo? Where is Gowon? Where is Umaru Diko? And now they are locking up a Delta man in London, the former Delta State governor.
Exactly. Because he's a Biafran. Because he is a Biafran, they lock him up. Ibori. I'm not happy about it. Yeah. Honestly speaking, I'm not happy. If you want to lock up everybody who is corrupt. Not to lock up Ibori and the West are walking up and down and they are free. I'm not happy about it. And I want him released, honestly speaking.
Yeah, this is part of the fight. Like I spoke to somebody in Estonia now, one Biafra, my old friend from Greece. I told him, you must listen to Biafra no matter what you're doing because you're waiting for them to start shooting before you come out. It doesn't work that way. This medium of restoring Biafra is one of the greatest. It has never been done nowhere. You understand? So I must commend you and your team because you've got all qualities it takes to lead the blind people out of that zoo. So I'm so excited that this medium is waxing so strong, and no matter what, you'll be the one. Even if Ojukwu is gone, God has a way of restoring His own people. His own people, give them the light. Yeah, during the Israelis taken away from Egypt, some of the Israelis, they remain back because that's what they believe. If Uwazurike does not believe in this thing and is seeking for earthly reward, so be it. But when the time comes, the wrath of God will befall on every one of them, just like God knows what is happening and God will really give us the strength. So I want to I want to thank you, Mr. Director Nnamdi, and all the colleagues around you behind the scene and everything. Please think about my proposal.
No. It is. We are doing that already. Your proposal is fine, and believe you me, we are doing something already. We cannot march without our brothers in the Niger Delta. We need them, and they understand that. We get Biafra, everybody goes back. If you want to drink the oil well in your father's compound, that is your business. But for us, we are the children of the Most High God, Chukwu Abiyama, and we don't want the kingdom of heaven to be divided on this earth. It happened to Israel, and they were conquered. That's what I'm saying.
True. So, Asare and the likes of others are the most top people. You must keep a delegate of contact of people because they got it. I don't care. I was watching when he said, is he a contractor to import ammunition? Hell no. What is being stored in Kaduna garrison? Hell no. What is being stored in all of the army barracks in there? And we should remember most of our people are in the army of the zoo. And when the time comes, they're not going to sit back and watch the Nigerians start killing their people. They've got family too in the Biafran family. So those people should come out. I know they are playing a hide and seek game right now. They're not stupid. They're not stupid because Jonathan knows what he's doing too. He might be weak, but he's kind of slow and intellectual because when the time comes, I dare them to come close to the only people on the main people in Niger Delta and see what we are made of. But we don't need to wait. We need to go to them because the Afulani, they are not part of Nigerians. We never had any form of Muslim during our creation. We were pure with Christianity, with our beliefs until they brought the people from the north, coming from Niger, coming from the Cameroons, coming from the Chad region. Now they polluted the whole country. Now they are stealing what belongs to you and I with all freedom. I have to stop here so I can give way for other callers to call. But I'm so happy for you and your family, and may Almighty God, Chukwu Abiyama, be with you. And yeah,
he say, thank you very much for that. Kwale is Igbo, isn't it? Very, very strong, very, very direct. Uche may first send this to me. He sent it to me, my deputy. Let us see what this criminal has to say for himself.
The forum also is.
We want to play you a clip of somebody that claims he is a freedom fighter saying Jega must go. You are dabbling into the zoo politics. Somebody is telling me in Enugu that they are protesting saying Jega must go. And these are freedom fighters. You are dabbling into the politics of the people that you claim you don't want to be with. Hypocrisy. As I said before, I want people to understand how this disgrace of a human being, how far he has gone in his stupidity, and why people no longer take us very serious. I want to play this very clip that all of you may be able to hear it. This is Radio Biafra. You must listen, please. LIKE talking on what they say is channels television. Don't go away. Listen attentively.
The forum also exhibited evidences of minutes of meetings by Jega and members of Northern Elders Forum. Till date, Jega is yet to refute the allegations. The allegation making rounds that Jega met with governors of one of the parties in Dubai is also yet to be denied by him. It is amazing that one of the political parties is strongly opposed to the removal of Jega. It is also amazing that Jega refused to step aside even where there are evidences pointing to his bias. What is disturbing is indeed the catastrophe his agenda may provoke. This catastrophe could be avoided inasmuch as many believe that Jega has compromised. The only option left for him is to quit. He is not the only person that can conduct elections in Nigeria. Any national commissioner of INEC will do so. It is on record that both Mr. Gopadia and Professor Morrissey, who left INEC 3 months to their retirement as INEC chairman. But in the case of Jega, the reverse is becoming the case. Those who will benefit from his agenda are already threatening fire and brimstone if Jega should leave. They want to bend the civil service rules to favor Jega. Jega cannot organize elections by force.
Chineke na mere mebere onye nwe m na Chineke Chukwu abịa mara n'igwe ị na-ahụkwa ihe ụmụ gị na foto ebe a biko na onye nwe m na Chineke Chukwu abịa ma. Can you see the disgrace these idiots are bringing upon your children? That was the voice of Owazurike. Anybody can conduct election in Nigeria. He is not freedom fighter for Biafra one. Chineke na menu nebere onye nwe m na Chineke nọkwa n'igwe na-ele anya. I don't believe, hey, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Unbelievable. You people are a disgrace. You see why I insult you? You see why I insult Igbo people? Freedom fighter one. Dabbling in politics in our country, Nigeria. Freedom fighter, just imagine, look at this idiot. I want you to ask Oforma to please publish that Owazurike's interview to let people understand how idiotic some Igbo people are. Idiotic to the core. Iberibe warrior. Iberibe warrior. You cannot say something and you stand on it. Oh, but hey, Chineke, this suffering is too much. This suffering is too much. Have mercy, please. Have mercy. Have mercy. You are evil. You are evil. Using the name of Biafra to go and campaign in Nigeria. God will punish you. And all those following you. The children of Lucifer. It shall not be well with you. Vultures will eat your flesh. Barrister, I don't know if you're with me or without me. I don't know.
Director, I'm back. I'm back.
I don't know.
Director, I'm back. Now, let's take this issue one by one. After Owazurike condemned himself, he's still condemning himself. He's accusing Jega of compromise. Why should a freedom fighter step into politics of Nigeria? That is one. Pt.1 and Owazurike killed our men and dumped them in Ezu River. Up to today, we campaigned for autopsy to be carried out. It was carried out as we talk. Pt.1 and Owazurike never released the result up to today. Owazurike is a Judas of our time, but he will pay for it. Yeah, it's not everything that people say on air. We have to be very careful here. But Director, the bottom line of all this particular application and going around and searching for people to fight IPOB is a disguise to turn our people into the Nigerian hands so that they'll kill them, thereby reducing the population of our soldiers who are meant to fight for us. Director, take it up, down. This is the plan of Owazurike. He wants to reduce the population of our boys that are going to fight for us. He wants to collect their names, their addresses, and then get Nigerian soldiers to run them up. Hausa Fulani Boko Haram. This is the plan of Owazurike, and we have to lament until it sinks into the subconsciousness of our people. Owazurike has a plan, a deadly one. Owazurike is a Nigerian, working with Hausa Fulani Boko Haram to turn in our boys, to kill them off. This is the plan of Owazurike. Director, we have to send men on the ground to disqualify and disarm every evil plan from Owazurike because he didn't mean any good for us. He wants to spoil and destroy all our plans. It's about time that Wazirike is checked out. There is no other way. Take my word for it, Director. What this guy is planning is a total destruction of our men, especially in Aba. Why all this time? All the years Wazirike has been trying to propel himself into the Ministry of Biafra Restoration. By the way, his own is actualization. This idiot doesn't even know the history of Biafra. Mazop. He's trying to actualize Biafra. We are not here into actualization. Some of you will ring in, they say actualization. You are not listening. We are restoring Biafra. Uwazirike is a Judas. Uwazirike is a non-entity. He's somebody who do not mean any goodness for Biafrans. And it upsets me. If I'm trying to do something good and somebody somewhere destroying it, I feel like just dying. It takes a lot out of me. Highly upset this morning that Abba was just woken up yesterday and now Wazirike is trying to pour sand into what we are trying to revoke. All this while Wazirike has been in Abba. He's been woken up. Thank God he will not do this mess in Owerri. They'll strangle him. How can Wazirike be messing up with all the work we've been doing here? Generating multitude of listeners and those who are willing to restore Biafra. And Wazirike is there messing about. Taking instructions from Hausa Fulani Boko Haram because they have given him money. Wazirike is talking about anybody can conduct an election. Which election? Election for Biafra or election for Nigerians? We are not Nigerians. We made it known to the world. All the world government and presidents and prime ministers, they know that Biafra exists. And we are not hiding. If you are afraid of what belongs to you, it doesn't belong to you. Biafra belongs to us. We disown Nigeria because it's an adopted name that's expired 2 years ago. Biafrans, wherever you are, put your head up. Do not be afraid of anything. You can only die but once. If we don't restore Biafra, nothing stays in that country. Our people have been marginalized, taking away all the mineral wealth that we have. And they will send us one stupid non-entity, imbecilic human being in nature, who cannot even handle English grammar, confusing himself. Anybody calling this morning, tell your people, nobody should pick up any application because the application Wazirike wants to hand over to you for them to know the addresses of all of you. And in the night, the Nigerian army will pick you up one by one and kill you off. This is the plan of Wazirike, and Director, that's why I sign off. Good morning once again.
Thank you very much. You have heard it, and that is exactly what they're going to do. That is why we don't give forms. If we hold all your details on a piece of paper, Satan can enter into somebody and they will decide to sell that piece of paper. They know your name, your height, your village where you live, your phone number. No. We don't use form on IPOB. Indigenous people. There is no need for form. Before you meet your mom, do you sign form? If you go back to the village now, before you meet your father or your grandparents or your uncles, do you sign any form? We are a family. And when you come to join your family, there is no form. You don't fill any form. What are you filling form for? This is Radio Biafra.
Hello, good morning, Director.
Yes, please, your name.
Hello, good morning, Director.
Good morning.
Okay, this is Uche calling from Enugu in Biafra land.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Okay, Director, I don't know. I was listening to Radio Biafra this morning until it cut off. Maybe our relay station went off. But anyway, I tried to reach out. Yes, in Enugu here.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
For what you are doing. You know, one thing with we Igbos, we lack knowledge. Hardly you see an ordinary Biafran person that maybe listen to radio to get information. That is why we are still struggling in Nigeria, suffering. That's our problem. I wish that everybody will continue to listen to Radio Biafra and get more knowledge. That's what I pray. And I pray that Chukwuabiama will help us. We will get Biafra and live in peace. Well done. And I know how Biafrans behave. Once they start, you know, these Northern people will think that they can do us what they did to our fathers in 1960. But if they try it now, we are going to reclaim all their land as they planned in that year. Thank you. God bless you. We are waiting.
Thank you very much. I'm also bless you. What is wrong in Enugu? They said the petrol has finished. Don't we have Enugu people here all over the world? Don't we have you people all over the world? Enugu people, wherever you are, make sure that you contribute towards the purchase of the fuel that we will put in the generator to run Radio Biafra in your own town and village. Can you make sure, Iwronye Enugu, we expect you to come out, I didn't say once, because if you give us 3,000 naira and we buy petrol to run for about 6 hours, it will finish. We need more. All of you must come out and say, I will contribute every first of each month. I will pay for 1 day's broadcast. All of you. Enugu is off now. And people ask us, the money we contribute, where does it go to? They don't know how to go see. Aba is not Aba. Enugu is off, and I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy. If Enugu people cannot take care of it, we take it off there immediately. If you cannot take care of that station, we move it from there. Who do you want to buy petrol for you? We have given you a relay station, very, very expensive to run. You cannot buy ordinary petrol. Ordinary petrol you cannot buy. I'm talking about Enugu people. You can't buy petrol. I'm not happy about this, honestly. I'm not. I am not happy. Not for 1 single second. This is Radio Biafra. We are live. We are direct, and the world is listening because humanity will always yearn for the truth. They will yearn for it. The caller on Skype, can you hear me?
Yeah, Director. I can hear you. Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you are, please.
My name is Chimereze Okoro. I'm calling from Spain.
From Spain. Which part of Spain are you in?
I'm calling from Navarra.
Navarra, thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm calling. I have a contribution. My contribution is that anybody that call from Aba, as regards to what I hear this morning, anybody that call from Aba, it should be delivered to him to go and spread the gospel that Wazirike is trying to fake us, and they cannot do so. He cannot continue blackmailing us anyhow. This is my contribution, Director. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Everybody in Aba listening. If you are listening, you are in Aba and you are listening right now, I want you to know, to go out and spread the message that Wazirike is trying to collect all your names to give to Nigerian government. Don't fill any form. If you fill that form, you will be destroyed the same way he tried to destroy Biafra. Don't fill it. They are thugs. All they do is kidnapping. They kidnap their own people, people without conscience. They are animals of darkness, agents of darkness. The caller on Skype, can you hear me? Turn your system down. Can you hear me? The caller on Skype, can you hear me? For the last time, the caller on Skype, can you hear me? The caller on Skype, can you hear me? This is Radio Biafra. I have a caller on Skype for the last time. Can you hear me?
Director, are you talking to me?
Of course, you are the one on Skype and I'm talking to you. You can hear my voice. It is you I'm talking to. Your name and where you are, please.
Okay. Good morning, Director.
Morning.
My name is Chukwemeka Nneji, Director. Presently, I'm in Abuja now, the zoo capital.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Yeah, Director, we have a saying we used to say, before you see monkey, monkey don't see you. It's a very popular saying, very popular and familiar to, at least let me say, to Nigerians. So it's a good thing that we have seen Wazirike before he saw us. To me, or if you ask me, Director, they say charity begins at home. Let us begin this charity from home by doing the necessary thing we need to do, sanitizing the home before we go out. What do I mean by that? Wiping Wazirike out from the surface of this earth and his like, completely and permanently.
Because like Barrister has just said, his plan is to gather data of people and hand them over to Nigeria and kill them off. Just like he did in Anambra and kill off people and dump them in a Zoo River. Director, we don't need to give this man opportunity to strike another hard blow or not. We don't need to do that. If you ask me, my own humble opinion is today, tomorrow, let us silence this man permanently and completely so that all this nonsense crap from Owazirike and his like will be over. Director, that's my own humble submission. Good morning.
Thank you very much and good morning to you. This is Radio Biafra. Your point is noted. We must continue. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? The caller on the phone, can you hear me? Turn your system down or you remove yourself from where people are listening. The caller on the phone, can you? Oh my goodness me. Hey, my dear Lord, have mercy. They don't listen, do they? The caller on the phone, you couldn't turn your system down. Let me go to one on Skype. The caller on Skype, can you hear me? For the last time, the caller on Skype, can you hear me? They cannot hear me. The caller. Again, I have returned to the phone. The caller. Yes, can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? They're not serious, are they? They are our people. That is the way they are. Unfortunately, they don't listen. It's in their nature. You give them advice, they don't hear it. If you call Radio Biafra, because the noise coming from your radio is disturbing us, you will not hear. They're still there. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good morning. I'm calling from Abia State, from the Zuka.
Yes, where exactly in Abia State are you?
I'm calling from Umuhum 14 in Shalangwa South local government area.
Are you listening to Radio Biafra right now?
Yes, Director, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for what is happening. Even my own brother is one of the Biafrans. I'm happy to hear this thing. And so I will be grateful if at all, by the end of the day, we are going to restore our country. Because at least, let us be our own. Those you people are making use of us. Just using the way it was written as saying, or using people you use here, it ends for you to terminate the use in the upper land, which we can never allow something to take place again. So the Director, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for what you are fighting for. Let us achieve for us to be our own. If the election are coming up, I am a family on top of ourselves. We are not going to vote for the Jews. We are not supported for them again any longer in this Jew. So I'm happy for you. May God help us. May God, the Father may God of the heaven to help us to achieve our end. That's my prayer.
He said, hold on, I want to ask you a question. How are you listening? Are you using satellite or your radio? No, he couldn't stay. He couldn't wait for that. I wanted to know. I have a caller on Skype. Can you hear me? The caller on Skype. Can you hear me? For the last time, the caller on Skype. Can you hear me? No, they cannot pay attention. Hey, there is work to be done. The caller on the phone. Can you hear me?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, please. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Chief Yorebe Samuel. I'm calling from Nigeria.
Where in the zoo are you calling from? Which part of the zoo are you in?
Okay, presently I'm in Aba.
In Aba? Aba is in Biafra land. Please go ahead.
It's what my gentleman just said in Abuja. I think Owazirike should be flushed out to enable us to do whatever we want to do. Because he's giving us headache. He's planning evil against the children of Biafra. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Everybody is confirming it, even those in Aba, that Owazirike is an agent of devil. Being paid by Nigeria, they are all pretending amongst themselves to love Biafra. They are kidnapping Biafrans. They are collecting the names of Biafrans to give to the zoo government. If they give you a form, say IPOB, tell them no if you're in Aba. We are warning everybody now. If you see any MAZOP member around you, you must know they are fighting for Nigeria, not for Biafra. They are using Biafra as a camouflage. They are like politicians. They say we are going to save you. You give us your mandate to vote for us. Once they go, they start to loot and to cheat. Beware of MAZOP. Beware. We are warning you people. Beware. Be very, very careful. These people are working for Nigeria. Be very, very careful. They are working for Nigeria. They are collecting your names. What for are they collecting names for? Pretending and impersonating IPOB. They are not IPOB. We are. Politicians don't come here. No politician ever dare come close to Radio Biafra. Are you mad? You don't come here. We are incorruptible. Incorruptible, I said. Here we preach the gospel of heaven. That Chukwuabiama may indeed come in our time. The caller on Skype, can you hear me? No, I'm going over to the phone. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? This is Radio Biafra.
Hello, yes. Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
My name is Ekene Chibikeweke Amefune. I'm calling from River State.
Where in River State are you? Exact location in River State, please.
Okay, I am from River State, but I am particularly in Aba now.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Sir, I like what you are doing. As in it is, I appreciate it. I have been hearing of the Radio Biafra, and I tuned yesterday. I got the line.
Yes. Go ahead.
Saying I appreciate, sir.
Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Sir.
Yes, go ahead.
If there is a way that this thing would happen today, sir, I am ever ready. I would contribute even the last drop of my blood.
Where in River State are you from? Hold on. Where are you from, River State?
I am from Ikwere in Ishobo.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Ikwere Ishobo. Azumini Ishobo.
Go ahead, please. You are one of us. Go ahead.
Yeah. Because what these people are doing to us, sir, I don't like it. When you watch in Onel, the custom officers that are there, almost majority of all of them are outsiders.
Of course.
But the river is our own.
Yes.
Of
course.
When you go to the oil, almost all of them have oil well. How many people in the land has oil well? What these people are doing, they are intimidating us the much that I can't bear.
I knew his credit was going to finish because I was a lol, and I love that. Are you listening? He's from Ikwere. Ikwere Kobo, Wafibo Kobo. We are one. Isn't it funny how they came and said, Igbo man is your problem. When they finish, they now say, oh, Ikwere will betray you. Oh, Ikwere will betray you. They don't like you. It's our turn now to be deceived. And yes, let an Ikwere man betray me. It is better for an Ikwere man to betray me than for Yoruba to betray me. It is better for me to be a street gardener for my own. I am prepared to go to Ibanke to go and be a street sweeper than being the president of the USA. I want our people to understand the level of patriotism we need. Before God and man, in Biafra land, I will be better off as a dustbin man, a dust man, than to be the president of the USA. I am telling you before God and man. You people don't understand what Biafra means. We are about to tell you what it means. It is the kingdom of heaven upon the face of this very earth. And we are going to get it. You watch and see. Equally, we are uniting all of you people all over the world. All the lies told by Yoruba, all the lies they said, oh, they hate you, the South don't love South. Rubbish is a lie. It is a lie. I said it is a lie. Unfortunately, some of them bought it. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? Hello?
Is that Radio Biafra?
This is Radio Biafra. We are live to the whole world. This is Radio Biafra, yes.
Okay, my name is Afan Udoito.
Where are you calling from?
Are you hearing me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Where are you calling from?
Right now I'm calling from Obosisi, Nurata, but I'm from Izenga in the Akwa Ibom State.
Thank you very much. God bless you. Hey, from Akwa Ibom, Igwenga, he called the correct name. Please go ahead. Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, what I want to tell you, I want to ask you something, to make a comment and a question.
Go ahead.
For this Biafra to get fed, you have to reconcile the videos, the jaws, and all ethnic groups that makes up the Biafra nation. Because whereby there is no reconciliation and peace, there will be fracas. You understand what I mean?
I do, and that is what we are doing. You are calling us now, and you are telling the whole world you are from Akwa Ibom, and the name of your place is Igwenga. Igwenga?
Yes, Igwenga
exactly.
is now the currency. But formerly, the original name in the Biafra nation is Igwenga.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes.
We are uniting this very family. Thank you very much. We are uniting everybody. But we don't want to make it a unity of, oh, come, let's build Biafra. No. I want to tell people, we are telling people, you are telling us and we are telling you what binds us together as a people. So that the unity we are talking about, as referred to by Dr. Mwezi Igwe, is founded on truth. This unity is founded on knowledge. You know that you are my blood relative. Not because I'm saying it, but because I can prove it. That is why everybody must be united. We must respect each other and see each other as one. In the new Biafra, if the most intelligent person is from Igwenga, it doesn't matter if you're from Adan, you vote for him. It doesn't matter if I'm from Abakaliki, you vote for him. We want to train our people to understand and respect policy. If for the next 50 years, only one family in Degema can give us intelligent people to preside over our affairs, we keep voting for them. As long as your policies are good, we're voting for you. All this nonsense is our turn. Rotation is our turn. Rubbish. Because everybody will be a Biafran. You will understand your history. We will bind you together, all of you. Bind you together as one family. Umunne. One family and indivisible. Everybody. From Bayelsa to Cross River. From Cross River to Lower Benue State, going into Kogi, coming down through Delta, going into part of Edo State because Ibuakere is part of us. We will bind you together in an indivisible manner through the knowledge of your history and who you are. To understand that Hausa, Yoruba have been lying to you for a long time. The reason why they lied to you is that so they can come to an and put Hausa people there. The reason why they lied to you is so that our refineries will not be working, so you will not have job to go to. The reason why they have been lying to you is so that they can take our oil without paying for it. They needed to lie to you, to weaken us, to divide us into two, to come in and take our oil. And we're saying no to that. Now we know, instead of me to serve a Yoruba person, I will go to Efik and lie down and they will step on me. I will tolerate anything tolerable from an Efik person, from an Idoma person, rather than serve Hausa, Fulani, or Yoruba. You must understand that. We are one. We are not fighting for Biafra. So we are majority. There will be no majority or minority in Biafra land. I know where I want to live. Do you know where I want to live in Biafra land? Do you know where I want to live? It's in Bonny. I want to live facing the sea. I don't want to live in my village. I want to live in Bonny facing the sea. I love a body of water. I can go for a stroll and I can write a book. That's all I want to do. And do my fish. I said the Yojita before. But they told me there is no fish. There is no fish inside it. I need to go where I can do fishing. People must understand this. You need to understand that you are one. Forget all the lies. By the time we finish, we will destroy all the lies told by Yoruba and Hausa against us. Ashini Nehatro will dismantle it. The same way we dismantled all the lies Owazirike was telling Master people that we are saboteurs fighting for Nigeria. And I said to Owazirike, we are calling for no vote. Come out and call for no vote. They will tell you how much they gave you. If you like, after all, Asare Dokobo echoes what we say sometimes. Speak the way Asare Dokobo does. Owazirike, if you're a man, I'm not saying to copy us, copy Asare Dokobo and say what he says. They will tell you how much they gave you. That is what you're afraid of because of your cowards. You created your actualization movement to steal and pillage and became an overlord. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you, sir.
What is your name? Sir. Good day to you. Your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, my name is Naija. Okay, I'm calling from Enugu, sir.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Please, I thank you for what you are doing, and I thank you for what God is using you to do, sir.
Thank you very much.
And it's very good, and it will be a very, very good relief to our people. And I want to tell you that somewhere in the Bible that is it's going to be very, very important for this struggle, sir. The Bible chapter is Hosea chapter 12, verse 1. Even now with my Bible here, I can.
Go ahead.
Can
you,
yes, I can.
Did you say Hosea
yes.
what? Hosea what?
Hosea chapter 12, verse 1.
Hosea 12.
Yes, verse 1.
Go ahead.
It is specifically written for our people. In fact, God knew our people before they came to this part of the world. And if you read there, he said, Ephraim, even though I'm not with my Bible here, but I'm
let me read it for you. Because we are from the house of Ephraim as well. We come from two houses.
Yes.
We come from the house of Gad and from the house of Ephraim and Manasseh. Gad is what you find in Anambra and Enugu, and Gad and Gad is what you find in Anambra, Enugu, Bayelsa. Ephraim and Manasseh is what you find in Southeast, Rivers, Akwa Ibom, and Cross River. As simple as that. Go and check your history very well. I will read it for you. Don't worry, I'll read it for you. He says, Ephraim feeds on wind. This is very, very potent. My goodness me. Ephraim feeds on wind and pursues the east wind continually. He multiplies lies and violence. Moreover, he makes a covenant with Assyria. The oil is, my goodness me, this is amazing. And oil is carried to Egypt. The Lord also has a dispute with Judah and will punish Jacob according to his ways. He will repay him according to his... My goodness me. This is a reproach on the house of Ephraim. Igbo is here in the Bible. Hosea chapter 12 verse 1. Are you with me?
Yes. Somebody is calling me now. Please, I will call back later, but I want to explain that Ephraim chapter 12 verse 1.
Call back later then and do so. Nirvana. I love that. I love this very verse in the Bible. It's magnificent. If you can understand it. I do actually understand it. I do. This is Radio Biafra. We have a caller on Skype. Can you hear me? The caller on Skype. Can you hear me?
Good morning, Director.
Good morning to you, my dear brother. Your name and where you are?
My name is Chijindu Nduku. I'm calling from Dakar, Senegal.
Thank you.
Director, I'm so happy for what you are doing for us to make this Biafra to work. And Tukwa Abiyama will help you and give you strength and give you energy, give you everything you need to make this talk to work. Director, there's something I want to ask you about the Biafran soldier. I'm Senegal, but I want to join in Biafran soldier because I am ready to fight this battle to the end. I'm ready if I'm a Biafran soldier because there is a long time I want to join our Nigeria called Zoo Nigerians. But my heart, my spirit told me that I should not join, I should wait. There is soldier that I will join very soon. But now, Biafra have bring their soldier, and now that my spirit are pushing me to join into Biafran soldier, to make it, to fight for this battle with my last part of my blood. If I can die in Biafra, if I can die in soldier to make sure that this Biafra come comes, I'm ready to die. Director, I want to have the number to you to tell me how to meet, to join the Biafran soldier. It's what I need now.
Listen. Our soldiers, they are very, very different from your ordinary soldier. When we volunteer ourselves, we have volunteered ourselves to die for our country. If we live, it is a bonus. It's a bonus. Everybody volunteering, you have come to die for Biafra. Do you understand that?
Yes, Director.
No, I don't think you understand what I'm saying.
I understand, Director.
Every soldier of Biafra, you have come to die for Biafra. If at the end of the battle you still survive, it is a bonus.
Yes, it's why I said that I have determined to die to my country Biafra, to my land Biafra. I'm determined to die. After I will die to make sure that Biafra will be. Then we give us Biafra.
I want to give you, get a pen and paper, and for everybody listening, this is the number to call. Everybody listening, this is the number to call if you want to join the army of heaven on this very earth. 090
Yeah.
907
Yeah.
765
Yeah.
89. 090 907 76589.
Okay, Director, I get it.
Thank you very much. Everybody, even if you want to buy petrol, Enugu, that's the number to call. Our station is down at Enugu. Thank you very much. God bless you. If you are coming as a volunteer, you are coming to die for your country. If you survive, it is a bonus. This is Radio Biafra, the caller on the phone. Can you hear me? Turn your system down. Can you hear me?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Turn your system down. When you turn it down, you can call us. I have said that before. When you call Radio Biafra, turn your system down. Turn it down. If you don't, I can't take your call. I have a caller on the line on Viber, I presume. Can you hear me?
Yes, Director.
And it's clear.
Good morning.
Now. Good morning, my dear brother. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I've been calling from Ireland, Waterford, in particular.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Gabriel Igbo. I'm the National Secretary of IPOB in Ireland. I have a little announcement to make in connection with St. Paddy's Day in Ireland.
Go ahead, please.
I was directed to remind all IPOB members in Ireland that on the 17th of March, St. Paddy's Day was dedicated for evangelism. We reached a resolution in our last meeting in Cork to this effect. All members should attend the parade in their Biafran outfit with flyers and reach as many people as possible. We are lucky in this part of the world that Ireland is very happy with Biafra. I would like my able director to make this announcement as many times as possible, if it is possible, for our people to be able to hear this announcement.
Of course, I will make the announcement. And when is St. Paddy's Day? When is it?
It's on the 17th of March, Tuesday next week.
Is it St. Patrick or St. Paddy? I don't know which is which.
Paddy is Patrick. That's what they call it here.
Okay, St. Paddy, which is St. Patrick's Day in New York. They have a very colorful parade. My goodness me, Irish people.
Exactly. In that parade, we are going to evangelize there. Everybody should reach his a zonal coordinator to get more flyers so that we can distribute to Ireland. Irish people are very happy with Biafra.
I know that.
So, yes, it's an opportunity for us to reach as many people as possible.
Thank you
very much for what you are doing. You are doing an excellent job.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. There is somebody that wrote to me and is asking for the number of our overall coordinator in Ireland, our national, who is Azayoba. I will give it to him later. He's listening right now. He was a secret listener, but he has now embraced the truth and he wants to come out and identify with the family in Ireland. Once again, may I suggest that you attend St. Patrick's Day parade in Dublin, I hope, and there you will be able to see people wearing regalia and Biafra paraphernalia. You will be able to join them. You will see us. We are very, very visible. We are in many countries of the world. So that when they come, time comes, I cannot know who they are. You heard what he said. Ireland is in support of what we are doing. Many countries are. But it's not something we can be saying on air all the time. We don't want to give away our strategy. We can't afford to do so. But many countries are behind what we are doing. And in those countries, we are registered. And they know us. In some of them, they even give us support. Very, very important we understand that. This is Radio Biafra. The time here now is 5 minutes to 11, 5 minutes to 12 in Biafra land. The caller on Skype, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hello, my director, I'm hearing you.
Yes, my dear brother, please go ahead. Your name and where you are?
My name is Obin Nauzodema from Germany, a citizen of Biafra land in Nnewi State, Nnewi, Anambra.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Yeah, I thank you, my director. May they belong.
And yours too. Thank you.
For Wazirike himself, he has been trying. Everybody knows that he's a 419, and I know as soon as possible we have our freedom in Biafra land. He will eat like a dog. So we are not afraid of gathering people in the name of Mazop to collect money or registration of anything. So he cannot stop us to get the Biafra. Even the president himself knows that somebody like you is fighting for Biafra, and as soon as possible we get our freedom. So, and again, I'm telling our brothers, those in Biafra land, that on this 28th of this month, that no one should go and vote, because the map has drawn that anybody that go to vote must follow the vote and go. Yeah, because even people that are voting in many of our places there, that they say that good luck is looting. Everywhere is full of rivers. In Nigeria, everywhere, nobody have good load. So I don't see why we will vote in name of one Nigeria, because I don't see country calling Nigeria. It's a river. Very soon the country we will sweep out, and it's about to sweep like a river. So my brothers and my sisters, those are in Africa, please don't vote. Don't vote. And that day everyone should stay indoor. No one should go in, out, even market. No one should go in market, please.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. They
so
say,
yeah, I'm hearing my director.
Yes, I wanted to add, please, we are getting reports that Mazop members were seen in Aba, confirmed with their uniform, and also in Enugu as well, protesting that Jega must go.
I know they are that cannot be possible. That cannot be possible. All those things is work of good luck. Yes, all those things is work of good luck. So, but I know that it cannot be possible. Yes.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my dear brother. Thank you. And also, we are moving very, very close to the end of our program today. This is our very last call. The caller on Skype, can you hear me?
Yeah, good morning, Director.
Good morning from here.
Yeah, this is Fabian Castacho from Dakar, Senegal.
Yes, please, go ahead.
Yes, I wanted to help that our brother that called from Dakar, that he should not call you direct. He should come to Biafra meeting here in Yongole by 5 p.m. today, so that he will hear more about us. And Mr. Darlington will tell him more about the volunteer force. Thank you.
Yeah, hold on a second. So there is a meeting today. I have seen some messages from Darlington as well. There is a meeting today in Senegal. In Yongolen, yes?
5 p.m.
5 p.m. Where is Yongolen? Is it a popular place? Would they know where it is if you just say Yongolen?
It's a popular place. It's a hotel. It's a hotel where everybody knows. It's a popular place.
Okay, so we are meeting in Yongolen this evening. Is that correct?
Yes.
What time is it?
5 p.m. dot. We have started our meeting.
5 p.m. in Yongolen. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. In Dakar, Senegal, please. In Yongolen, there is a meeting of the family there. Go there and attend and be part of what they are doing. This is Radio Biafra. We are live. We are direct. Heaven and earth is listening. Chukwa Biama no n'eluigwe na-ele anya. Ụmụ mmadụ n'ọkwa n'ụwa na-eso ozi ọma nke anyị na-agbasa. We must come to an end because the time now is approximately 11 No, 12 actually, because it is 10:59 here, which is almost 11. What am I talking about? It's 11 o'clock. It is 11 o'clock, almost here in the United Kingdom. And we thank each and every one of you, wherever you are, for having joined us. Some are still trying to get through and they can't. There are those that would have loved to get through, but they couldn't because it is overwhelming, the number and the volume of calls that we get on Radio Biafra. Sometimes we will be able to try and streamline what we are doing. We thank you this morning for having joined us, and I'm sure that this evening you will also be able to join us. You must remain steadfast and truthful. Don't ask us to be steadfast because we are. It's you we are worried about. Are you strong enough to withstand and endure what is to come? That is what will decide if you're a man or a mouse. For us, we have withstood everything, and that is why we are and will always remain incorruptible. Radio Biafra is here to proclaim the good news, the coming of Biafra in truth and honesty, the coming together of the children of the kingdom of heaven. From Cross River State to Iwakere in Edo State. From Bayelsa State all the way to Benue State, to Lower Benue to be precise, the Idoma lands we are talking about. All the children of the Most High. That is why to us, Biafra is more than a country. Biafra to us is a religion. Here on Radio Biafra is where we worship every blessed day, morning, noon, and night, because Chukwu Abiama is worthy of praise and no other person. Only Chukwu Abiama is worthy of praise. Therefore, He will bless each and every one of you. Chukwu Abiama will keep your families. Chukwu Abiama will enrich you immensely in His grace. But more importantly, He will bless Biafra. From me, from here, this very morning until we reconvene this evening, it is good morning.
All hail Biafra, land of the rising sun. We love and cherish. We have vanquished our enemies. All hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. In Him we trust. Shout it, sing it. All hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. We have emerged triumphant from all our foes. Through the crucible unscathed, we passed victorious. Our trumpets pealing the glorious song. Play it, sing it, all hail Biafra. Oh, hail Biafra.